Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show.
Come back. Yeah.
Maybe that worked. Hold on. Are we good? Check.
Have you tried
Where's Jen at?
restarting?
Jen's the one who said no audio.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
Jen's the best.
we'll make sure. What the hell
What?
was that?
I hear
Is
us.
this on your phone?
We're back. All right, so let's try that again. We are here live. If you can see on the table, Heidi is here. If you're listening the audio-only version, you're going to hear this twice, so sorry. We are back. Heidi's here. Check out the links below. All that fun stuff. Merch. We are doing terrible. Like I said, just got a brand new board tonight, so we are testing it, so we're going to work out the kinks. Hopefully everything works out great. If you are live, make sure you check out the links below. After this episode is over, if you are subscribing to our Patreon account, we will be going live not immediately after, but very soon after. It's set for 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30, and we'll be discussing Wonder Woman 84, and that's just exclusively episode for our Patreon people. It is $5 a month to subscribe, and for that, we want to thank you, our very first Patreon subscriber, Keith. So Keith, thank you so much for your contribution. We want to thank our superstar, Jen. She just kills it. Like, you know what I mean? She came through clutch. She's helping out. She's subscribing to the channel. And my brother Austin subscribed. So huge thank you.
Guys.
It's a monthly subscription if you subscribe, and that whatever you subscribe to comes out, and that helps us grow. And
We were super excited. Like within less than an hour,
we got our first person.
subscriber. I was like, wow.
We have 3 people right now, which is a big deal.
The more we get, and you have tiers eventually. Like, you get this and this and this.
Yep.
And we will come up with cool things for the tiers.
Yeah.
If we get to the point of tiers.
So right now, if you do subscribe, you get a 10% discount off all merchandise. You get a shout out, which is not on there, but we're doing it. You get bonus content. There may be more bonus content coming, because now that someone's getting a little more comfortable on the microphone over here,
Yay!
we may
At your little
we may do more like
pineapple on top of your head.
movie review things on like Saturday nights. If people can come, you guys are always welcome to join us.
Oh yeah, movie review.
It's a quick thing we can just do together.
Some type of little review. Snack.
Yeah, like we're talking about maybe doing like a spin-off show where it's like we explain shit to each other, like husband and wife style show. Like she tells me like something she's watching, and I'll probably break it down and hate it, and then like
something that only one of you've seen.
Yes.
And then okay.
And then like the
I
other
thought you
one,
meant explain like life things.
maybe like what's it like being Heidi? You know.
It's terrible.
No, I thought like
That's
simple
what
things
with
like
you.
this is how you do your tax. Like I wasn't aware.
Like explaining Heidi Pokemon would be hilarious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that might be a little bonus thing we might do for just Patreon people. If you do subscribe, Patron. Yeah. If you guys would help, like if you guys want to subscribe, it's going to be there. We are planning on doing things. If you are the Patreon people, like Jen yourself, if you have any ideas of stuff you would like to see in the Patreon or stuff, let us know. I'm thinking too, we might do is we may add. Like, because we have the older logos. So if the Patreon people can make a vote on what logo we bring back once a month, like for a week or two, and they can pick what logo they want back for a week. Like we could do, they have that access.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so tonight's topic is going to be Lucille Ball. But first, I want to say thank you to Abaddon Tattoo Studios, who's also our sponsor tonight. They're a unique professional tattoo experience nestled in the small town of Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. They provide high-quality tattoos, piercings in a relaxed and professional, sterile environment. Their links are below, or you can call them at 570-345-3511. Just got a tattoo myself. Amber, I think she's just about finishing her apprenticeship, so she can start tattooing everybody soon.
Is she going to work there?
Yes.
Okay.
She tattooed him from the Powerpuff Girls on my leg.
And why him? Not to be condescending. I'm just curious.
I always said I wanted a devil tattoo.
Okay.
And I was a Powerpuff Girls fan.
Yeah, it was a good show. I liked it.
Yes,
I
super
liked
cute.
him as a character.
Okay.
And then when she kind of made her pop art, she was showing like
Same.
different things she's comfortable doing for her apprenticeship. And I have a leg where it's kind of like, do whatever you want with it. You know what I mean?
That guy was getting played. It doesn't work right.
So she was like, I really want to do this tattoo. I was like, Let's do it.
Cool.
So
That's
so
nice.
it's kind of
I
helping her out.
call it a cartoony thing. I want a Squirrel Girl one.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
She can help you. They can help you out there. They're great.
Yeah.
And it's one of those tattoo shops too, where it's like you go there and everyone's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like everyone's really good.
Oh,
at
I
it.
don't want Bob.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, they're all really
Speaking
nice
of tattoos, why black gloves?
What?
So I had a customer come in the other day.
Yes.
And he's a tattoo artist. And he was like, I need the latex gloves and stuff, but he was like, particularly black if you have them. And I've noticed that across the board that
Blood and color.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
for color because they do this. And then
okay.
on a white glove, it would just.
And if you have white gloves,
I think.
and
it looks less messy.
it looks
Okay.
it looks more clean. And if you have white gloves and the blood
Are
and the
they
color,
thicker?
and they might be a
think
little. I
so.
think they're a little
I think
thicker.
different
ones
I
are-
think
I was
they're
just
thicker,
curious.
yeah.
The ones
I've
are
seen
green.
like video. Obviously, I don't have tattoos, so I wouldn't know
We'll get you
personally. Maybe.
I thought that's where he was going with
It
I
it.
depends
support
on
that.
what it is. That's my problem. I
Yeah.
don't know what.
Get a shamrock on your
Potter.
butt.
Celtic Thunder.
No, not that.
Slithering
Maybe like
Maybe.
spider web, like right here.
Oh yeah. I mean,
right on your
in the
face.
past, I really like those tattoos where it looks like their skin is ripped open
Oh,
and they have
it's
like a
like- yeah.
superhero or something
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah, they're
That'd be
cool.
neat.
That would be
I
kind
like
of cool.
cybernetic stuff.
Yeah.
The ones are cool.
Yeah. So
That answered my question.
we'll get into the topic here quick. So what we're going to do is do the topic, and then we'll do like an old school version of the show. It may be we may run a little long tonight, but one show a month. We figured if it goes longer than an hour and a half, what
You
you're
never
used
know,
to, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be done in 5 minutes.
I doubt
Roll
that.
the dice.
I could ruin it all and everybody
I want to
leaves.
credit Wikipedia. I also want to credit Good Housekeeping magazine,
Ooh, good housekeeping.
I love that. Good housekeeping.
and I want to
And
credit.
we also be giving out recipes later and tips
yeah.
for doing laundry.
Yes.
You should have a TV guide.
And home decorating.
Yeah.
Home
Yes.
decorating.
And I want to credit Stuff You Missed in History Class podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very nice.
They were very helpful with history and learning some stuff. Most of what my write-up came from is Wikipedia, and I picked and chose and kind of took stuff and took liberties. But Lucille Desiree Ball.
I did not know her middle name was Desiree.
I also
like
did not
that more
know that.
than Lucy. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She was born August 1911, and she was she lived till April 26, 1989.
So she was born over 100 years ago.
She was. That's insane.
That, like reading that, trying to wrap
crazy.
my mind around that, like it doesn't seem like it was that long in history, but it was
Yeah.
like that's over 100 years ago.
How do we do
Over a
the
century.
The Howard math for that? Okay, so 11.
Yeah.
You have 11. And you take that from 89. Now, you take a 1 from 9 is an 8. So that's 8. Now, follow me here.
We're
I'm
quick
lost
guys.
already.
We take a 1 from 9. I mean, oh, geez, I'm lost already.
Oh, Jesus.
When did she die?
89.
I'm doing Howard math.
89.
Howard math is
She was on Howard Stern.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
she
believe
used to
that.
call in a couple times.
Wow.
I think they used to prank her a little bit.
Well,
Rude.
Yeah.
they used to do a lot of stuff back in the 80s, especially in the 80s.
Yeah, but they were
they
fans
were
of her.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
can
pranked
see
her, but
that.
they respected her.
Kind of like with George Takei originally. They were hard on him.
Yeah.
And now everyone loves him when he comes on.
She was an American actress, comedian, a model, a studio executive, and a producer. In layman's terms, and I'm not using this term to be disrespectful, she was a boss ass bitch.
Oh, yeah, she was.
You know
I
what I
love
mean?
her.
But that's something in...
Her
Because you
pinup's
think if she
beautiful.
was 30 when
Back
she
in
did
her
that,
time?
that would
Yeah.
be the 40s. And
Oh wait,
woman?
Her
I ain't letting
face-
no dame tell me what to do on that stage.
Yeah. No,
You know,
that
like-
tell her to do it on stage. I'm going to tell you how to run your show.
Like, yeah.
And she
And
should.
like the shows
I'm
that
going
she
to
had
own
under
your
her belt
show.
under that studio is insane.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I
Yep.
know. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, she revolutionized television.
yeah.
Yeah. As one of Hollywood's greatest icons, she was a star and producer of sitcoms like the I Love Lucy, The Lucy Show, Here's Lucy, and Life with Lucy, as well as comedy television specials aired under the titles of the Lucy and Desi Comedy Hour. She was born into a family that's what she later called not a wealthy family. Part of her father's work was for Bell Telephone, and he frequently transferred and moved, and the family moved often through her childhood. The family had moved from Jamestown, New York, to Montana, then later to Trent, New Jersey. In February 1915, while living in Michigan, her father died from typhoid fever at 27 years old.
Oh,
That's
God.
awful young.
That's very young.
And that was probably what?
That's me now.
The late 20s.
Yeah. Imagine growing up without a father during that time in the Great Depression. That
And-
must have been very hard on
And
that
obviously,
family.
the family, he's the breadwinner. Like,
Yeah.
Well, back in the day when you were 40, like, oh, better plan his burial.
Yeah.
You didn't make it much
True.
longer.
True.
She was 3 years old when this happened.
God.
She says she doesn't remember much about it, but at the time of her father's death, her mother was also pregnant with their second child, so her brother was about to be born.
Aw.
And like I said, she doesn't recall much from the day her father died, except a bird getting trapped in the house, which called her lifelong. I'm going to butcher this.
You want me to do that?
Good.
Ornithophobia.
Which is a fear of birds. So
I-
she was afraid of birds. Yeah.
I knew somebody else that had that, actually.
In 1925, Ball, only then 14, started dating a 21-year-old
That's crazy.
local hoodlum.
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 They do have his name
Aw.
out there, but they didn't want to put his name.
Yeah,
in
that
them.
was okay, though, back then. Because you think, because you would get married when you're 14, 15, 16. Especially back in the Wild West days.
Consent or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
You
they
had-
would
think-
set it up.
yeah.
I think my
Yeah,
it wasn't right.
Stuff like that.
I think my grandfather's mother was 14, and
See?
her husband boyfriend was
Can you
like
imagine
30.
getting married? Yeah.
Ooh, that's,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I don't like that.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, but back then it was normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We look at it now as like, oh no, but
But I guess if,
You
you,
know.
if you're kicking a bucket
Right.
at 50 tops, then you might as well get married early.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the
strange.
age difference that I think is.
Her mother was unhappy with the relationship and hoped the romance would soon go away, and unable to, and hopefully it would burn out. After about a year, her mother tried to separate them by exploiting. Sorry, I don't know why I got a cough here. Her desire to be in show business. So she always wanted to do show business. That was something she always wanted to do. Some of the places she lived was very musical and theater inspired, and she would see that and she'd be like, "This is what I want." Like she always wanted that.
so I guess what you're saying is, thanks to that guy, is the reason we have I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Essentially,
So
like
great.
if you
That
break it down,
pervert.
like
That
Yeah.
pre-
Thanks
for that.
hoodlum. Thanks
Thanks
for
to that
pre-
because
pre-birth.
if she didn't try to break them up, who knows what her life would have turned into.
You're right.
She would've
I
got
think
pregnant.
had
Maybe.
nothing.
I think Lucy was very determined. I think she would have figured something out.
I'm sure she would have,
But,
but
yeah,
it's just weird
absolutely.
that one event possibly could have caused her.
Yes. So, despite the family's finances, in 1926, she enrolled Ball into the John Murray Anderson School for the Dramatic Arts in New York City, where she was actually turned down a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And while she was there,
1926.
yeah, 1926, while she was there, did not have a good go at it.
No.
And she also, was trying to stand out. And one of her classmates was Betty Davis. So,
oh.
yeah, not sure if you ever heard of her, but she was kind of a beast herself in theater. If she was also, a fellow student. Ball later said about that time in her life, all she ever learned in drama school was how to be frightened. Ball's instructors felt like she would not be successful in entertainment business and were unafraid to directly tell this to her. So they would pretty much tell their mother, like, she's too shy. She can't do this. She's never going to stand out. She should probably quit.
And she's a loopy
awful.
dame.
Yeah.
Awful.
In the face of harsh criticism, Ball was determined to prove her teachers wrong and returned to New York City in 1928, the same year she began working in Hattie Carnegie as a in-house model. Carnegie ordered Ball to dye her hair from her natural color of brown to then blonde, and she complied. Her acting fortes, still at an early age, became ill. With
Rheumatic.
they say she had rheumatoid arthritis, but they're also saying she had rheumatoid fever, and she was unable to do anything for 2 years. So she had such bad body pain. She was sick. She wasn't up to the. So she for
It's
2
funny
years.
because back then, you get something like that, they would just kill you in a month. Like I'm not
Yeah.
lying, they would just
Yeah.
shoot you, and they said,
Yeah.
"Well, he's never going to get better, so we'll just kill him."
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for 2 years she didn't do anything. In 1932, she then moved back to New York City to resume her pursuit of acting and career, and she supported herself by means again working for Connery as Chesterfield's cigarette girl. So she was a cigarette ad. So she was doing like pin-up things and stuff like that, and modeling for cigarettes.
I like her name.
Yeah.
Her pin-up work is beautiful, by the way.
Yep. And she used the name Diane Belmont.
Yeah. She was also slaying vampires inside.
That's right.
She started getting chorus work on Broadway, but it was not long lasting. Ball was hired and then quickly fired by the theater Impresario Errol Carl,
Impresario.
from his vanities by the Florence Ziegfeld, a touring company of Rio Rita.
There you go. Oh,
Sorry, I'm
quick
terrible with
pause.
names. Huh?
That's her maiden name.
What's that?
It's spelled a little differently.
What?
Oh, that is my maiden name, Carol, and it's Carrol. Spelled the
Yeah.
same.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
spelled a little bit differently.
Oh, wow.
No, that's okay. My
I
name
think it's still in my phone like that because I never update people's contacts.
it probably is. That's
So you know each other before you were married?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't? I thought you met her through Mark.
No.
So you knew? Wow, that's nuts.
A long time.
I was like chewing the microphone.
That's all right. All right. So this section here is when she then went to Hollywood and started that. So after uncredited stint as a Goldwyn girl in the Roman scandals in 1933, Ball moved permanently to Hollywood to appear in films. She had many small roles in the 1930s and was a contracted player for RKO,
Whoa.
the most 3 dangerous letters in radio
Even
history.
back then.
And also in wrestling.
Yes, and also wrestling. Wrestling reference. We got it out right away.
Oh, Andy taught me how to do an RKO, actually. He did. It's funny. I can do one.
Including 2 real comedy shorts with the Three Stooges.
Oh.
3 Little Pigskins in 1934. So she did work with the Three Stooges.
That's awesome.
The movie was a hit for the with the Marx Bros. Was a room service in 1938, and her first credited role came in Chatterbox in 1936. She would also appear in several Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers RKO musicals as one of the featured models in Roberta in 1935, as a flower and also as a as in the Flower Girl Top Hat in 1935, and a brief supporting role in the beginning to follow the Fleet of 1936. Ball and Ginger Rogers, who were actually distant maternal cousins, played inspiring actresses in the film Stage Door in 1937, alongside Katharine Hepburn. And then in 1936, she landed the role she'd hoped would lead her to Broadway, back into the Bartlett Cormack play Hey Diddle Diddle.
There's a lot of big names for the time here.
Yeah, so
Oh,
she was getting a
yeah.
lot of supporting roles. She had 1 or 2 movies that really put her out there, but she still wasn't getting what she really wanted for in her career. Was always kind of second fiddle. You know, she was there. She was kind of like the supporting role. She was, I wasn't there for the time, but kind of like looking at the research again, it's like Rosie was in like the League of Her Own. She was like the comedy person. Because the thing with Lucy is if they were like, because back then the only thing women were allowed to be was sexy.
Yeah.
You couldn't be funny. You couldn't be slap. So
God,
she
no.
she was one
What's
of
next?
She was one of the first ones to really like, I'll do slapstick.
Yeah.
Like, we need someone to take a pie in their face. She's like, me. They're like, we need someone to jump in an alligator pit. She's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like she would
brave.
she would not turn anything down because she wanted she knew anything was an opportunity.
Yeah.
I love her
And she didn't
courage.
give up
Yeah.
either.
Did
Like,
not quit.
I believe that Ginger Rogers is what Ginger on Gilligan's Island is based off of.
Really?
Like the super hot bombshell movie star. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
so.
thought too, yeah.
Let's see where I left off here. A comedy set in the duplex apartments of Hollywood. The play premiered.
This is Hey Diddle Diddle.
Yes, Hey Diddle Diddle. The play premiered in Princeton, New Jersey on January 21st, 1937, with Ball playing the part of Julie Tucker. The play received good reviews, but the problem existed with star Conway Tyrrell, who was in poor health. Cormack wanted to replace him, but the producer pretty much said no, and said, and Nicholas said that the fault lay on the character, and instead of the part was to be rewritten. Unable to agree on a solution, the play closed after 1 week in Washington, D.C., when Terrell became greatly ill.
That's crazy
And-
because
Yeah.
most of those shows, like they go to Washington D.C. and then next up is Broadway.
Yeah.
So the fact that it closed so soon, it's like you're almost there, and then
And they wouldn't recast the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she later auditioned for the role of Scarlett O'Hara and for Gone with the Wind, and did not get the role.
Aw.
But Vivian Leigh got the part and went on to win the Academy Award for Best Actress in her role. In 1940, Lucy appeared in a lead musical called Too Many Girls, where then she met and fell in love with Desi Arnaz. She said, this is a quote I heard on the one podcast where she said, "It was not love at first sight. It took about 5 minutes.
No, well then. He was
Desi,
a good-looking guy.
yeah, Desi didn't
was,
play no
he
games.
Yeah, and he was what? I don't know. He's some type of Spanish, which is
Cuban.
Cuban.
Cuban,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cuban.
in 19. What year was this?
1940.
37.
Now we're looking at the
1940.
40s. The
Yeah.
40s.
He probably
yeah.
had a rough go. I mean, even being Cuban, they're probably like, "What
Oh,
does this
yeah.
guy don't have?"
As long
Get
as
him
you can
outta
sing
here.
or dance, you're good.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
until he walks on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check your pockets. But you know, it's
Yeah.
doing things.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure
it's
he
all
was treated
white people in charge.
not nicely.
And he played one of the bodyguards in the movie. Ball then signed with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in 1940s, but never achieved major stardom there. She was known as Hollywood circles as the Queen of the Bees, which was like a group of like Hollywood actresses, but she was always kind of like
The lower level, yeah,
Yeah.
the B actors.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was the queen of them,
Like
so
when
that's
someone
good.
would say, "Hey, this is a
Queen
B
of
movie,"
something.
you know?
yeah, the
Not
term
quite,
B
yeah.
B list.
Yeah.
Yeah, the B listers. Like many building actresses, Ball then picked up radio work to supplement her income and gain exposure. In 1937, she appeared regularly on the Phil Baker Show, and when the run ended in 1938, Ball joined the cast of the Wonder Show, starring Jack Haley, where she began a 50-year professional relationship with the show announcer Gail Gordon. And the Wonder Show lasted one season, and then the final episode airing in April 7th, 1939. MGM producer Arthur Freed purchased the Broadway hit musical Dewberry, right?
Dewberry was a lady? Is that the name?
Dewberry was a
Full
lady
name?
in 1943, especially for Anne Sutherland. But when she turned down the part, the role went to Ball, a Southern.
Southern's real life best friend.
Yes.
Her name was Anne Southern.
Yeah, in 1943. Ball then portrayed herself in A Best Foot Forward in a 1946.
A foot fetish.
Yeah. And then Ball
making
starred in
money.
a lover comeback in 1947, and she appeared in a murder mystery lured as Sandra Carpenter, a taxi dancer in London.
Yeah, and that's all through the war right there.
Yes.
Yeah. What's a taxi
World War II.
dancer?
I don't know.
I would like
I'm
to
sure it's
know.
probably some British thing.
I'm gonna be honest.
You dance for taxis?
I've
Look that
never
up.
seen any of these movies.
I've never
haven't
heard.
either.
I mean, this is all way before our
Oddly
time.
enough,
Gone with the
going to
Wind.
school for theater and stuff, none of these shows ring a bell.
Really?
I don't think I've ever heard of any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're random. Gone with the Wind is the only
Yeah, it
one
has to
I'm
be the
familiar
one.
with. Yeah.
And she just missed it. you
What,
know?
what a
No.
name Scarlett O'Hara is, though.
Yeah.
That's a name and a half.
What was it?
Oh, yeah.
Taxi dancer? Is that
Yeah,
what the
that
question
can.
was?
Yeah, what is
What
a
is
taxi dancer?
I'm not sure.
And maybe it's like, what if it's like some kind of British slang?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if anybody else would know what that is, so it's probably good to clarify that. I don't know.
In 1948.
So
go ahead.
basically, what it is, it's a paid dancer or
Go in
a
the
paid
mic.
dance partner in a partner dance.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's in a show that I was watching.
So-
Sorry, I just remembered that now. They were
So
talking
she's the
about it.
taxi, so she pretty much guides you through the steps.
From the sounds of
So
it.
if you're not a good dancer, like
Yeah.
kind of like Dancing with
So,
the Stars, they're
yeah.
all taxis. They're
Whoa.
they're helping the person get through the routine.
Yeah.
It's just like a.
A
I
guy.
don't think it's like a routine. I think it's just you go to like a dance and pay someone to dance with you.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's kind of like the.
Sounds like an escort.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
trainer that's
Come
kind of
dance with
showing
me,
you
Val.
what you're to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here's where her then career starts to flourish a little bit. In 1948, Ball was cast as Liz Cooper, a wacky wife in My Favorite Husband, a radio comedy for CBS Radio. The show was a hit.
But back then, My Favorite Husband, that implies that you have more than one, right?
Yeah.
You have your not favorite husband.
Yeah.
That's pretty racy for back then. I'm sure it was only one husband.
You all right? Yeah. Oh, okay. The show was successful, and CBS asked her to develop it for television. She agreed, but instead, she insisted on working with her real-life husband, Cuban bandleader Desi Arnaz. CBS executives were reluctant, thinking that the public would not accept an all-American redhead with a Cuban as a couple.
Which sounds dumb now, but back then that was.
It was a
Yeah,
big
it's a
deal.
big deal, yeah.
CBS was initially unimpressed with the pilot episode and produced by the couple's Desi Lou Productions company. So then that CBS like we're good. We're gonna pass on it. So then her and Desi went on a vaudeville run where they pretty much
I
went
wish
from
vaudeville was still around.
yeah.
Like, that'd be cool to go see like a
I
show of,
believe
like comedy and stuff.
Pottsville was a very big
There had
vaudeville.
3 theaters.
Yeah.
The current Majestic. Then across the street there was Capitol on the corner, which is now a parking lot. And then there was one down into the corner. You go down a little bit and make a right. It was back to I forget what that one's called, the Hippodrome or something like
Yeah.
that.
But Pottsville was
Yeah.
on the vaudeville
It was a hot
circuit.
back then. Maybe
That's
she even maybe not in the 40s, but like before that,
Yeah.
she was hot. That she could maybe get into
It's
it.
very possible. Which loosely played the zany housewife wanting to get Arnaz the show. Given the great success of the tour, CBS was like, all right, we changed our minds. Can you come back? And she was like, sure, but you're casting my husband. we want the rights for the show. We want this, like, we're doing it our way,
Yeah.
and it's under our production. And they're like, you got it. They pretty much went out and made a name for themselves. And when CBS then turned them down and came back wanting more.
I also like the reason why she chose him. Because like their like marriage wasn't so great at that moment, like before the tour and stuff, and it was more of a way to like reconnect because their schedules were always on a different thing. So it's nice, like thinking as an actor in a relationship with another actor, it's nice to work on the same project, even if it's not like a married couple type thing or anything.
A lot of it could have been too. We'll get into it in a little bit, but her and Desi. She loved Desi. She would do anything for him. She was very smitten by him, but it wasn't a very healthy relationship. Desi enjoyed his booze. He enjoyed his women. He would embarrass her a lot in public. He would he would openly be unfaithful, and the tabloids and stuff back then were like that couldn't be known. Like that stuff was not okay to even be known, and it's bad enough they're in the 1940s on TV and they're an interracial couple.
But it was easier to hide back then.
It was.
You didn't have people running around with cell phones recording you on every
Everywhere.
Absolutely.
And then
corner
he'd just say, "Oh, she's lying," and well, maybe
Right.
she is.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So I think a lot of it too is obviously she wanted to give her husband work, and also if he's working, maybe he isn't going to be not faithful. But that didn't work either.
Wasn't he
back then-
also? I'm sorry. Wasn't he also abusive?
I don't know if it
See, I
got,
read
if it
he
ever
was.
got if it got if it, I think it was close, or he would smash shit and like maybe very verbally abusive. Like he definitely was very verbally abusive. I don't know if he ever like beat her up though. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I just always read that there was abuse there, but abuse isn't always physical. It could be like emotional,
It was very verbal and emotional.
but psychological. Yeah.
We there. I don't know. I should have researched it before, but it's like I Love Lucy biopic, and I forget who played her, but the girl who did it was a fantastic job, and it really was eye opening. Before like we did the show, but we kind of seen that biopic first a while ago. I remember Heidi watched it and she bawled.
That was a few years ago.
Because you don't
I'll
realize
stop
how
that,
tough
yeah.
it was for that production.
What were you gonna say before Heidi? I'm sorry.
Oh, just like back then, it was common for like the men to just go off and do stuff, and it was okay. Everyone was like,
yeah,
well,
you
it's
just
being
don't
a
talk about what they're
man.
doing. They're just doing guy things.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think Desi was still getting a lot of the push because he was the guy, and it's like no, it's actually Lucy's the boss. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
that's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we leave off? Along the way, Belle created a television dynasty and actually achieved several firsts. She was the first woman to head a TV company.
Production
Desi Lu.
company.
Yep, production company.
Production.
Desi Lu, which she had formed with Arnaz. Their divorce in 1960, she bought out his share and became a very achieved, actively engaged studio head. Desi Lu and I Love Lucy pioneered a number of methods used still in TV production today, such as filming before a live studio audience.
It's crazy.
With a number of cameras and distinctive sets adjacent to each other. During this time, Belle taught a 32-week comedy workshop at the Brandis Barden Institute, and then during the run of I Love Lucy, Ball and Arnaz wanted to remain in their Los Angeles home, but time zone and logistics made that difficult. Since prime time was L.A., it was too late for their major network series on the East Coast because everything was done in New York.
So I have a question about that. In the thing that you sent out, it said they used 35 millimeter. How do you do that live? Because it's tape.
Yeah.
I mean, like physical.
I read
It's
that
not
too, though.
digital.
They changed.
question.
They changed the game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around something that, like, they then have to edit and all that stuff, but yet go live.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't think it was live on. It wasn't live on TV.
That's what they were saying, though, about, like, they argued that with them being in LA, they didn't want to block out the Eastern times and show it a day late, kind of thing.
Maybe they just didn't edit.
I think what they mean, like the time frame, like hey, like I don't think it was.
Yeah,
it definitely wasn't live TV because like Fresh Prince of
Right.
Bel-Air, like everything done in front of a live studio audience, you still had to go and do cuts.
Right.
Because there is a moment. I don't think it's in the notes, but they did a skit, and I think it's in the fun facts later, but we'll spoil it here. But there was a spot where the live studio audience laughed longer than they were anticipated. Like they couldn't
For when
control
she
it.
does the tango.
Something like that. They could not get the audience under control. Like they just could not stop laughing, and they literally had to like it
Cut it in
almost
half.
it almost they almost had to like scrap the episode or not get it out in time because it took that long to get everybody back in character. I couldn't imagine a live TV audience. Like you watch like The Office and all the bloopers and stuff, and it's just like,
did The Office ever do a live episode?
No.
30 Rock did 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah,
But
Office never.
it's basically like Saturday Night Live. It's more skits than an episode. I mean, yeah, kind of connects, but not really.
yeah,
So I actually was a live studio audience member at
Oh,
one
yeah?
point. It was, I forget what the show is, but it starred Reba.
yeah.
And it was interesting to get to like see like their setup. And I think it was on the same soundstage that Big Bang filmed on, because parts of their set were just hanging off on the side. But it was interesting because they tell you as an audience member, like, you're not allowed to laugh specifically at a mic so that you can like pick yourself out or any of that stuff, because they have full control. Now, not necessarily, maybe back then they didn't, but like they don't want you whispering into the thing, be like, I'm Fred.
Yeah.
And like picking it out like, hi mom.
That actually happened on I Love Lucy, and it became a regular member of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So pretty much that whole idea of having multiple sets and multi-cameras and all that stuff came from I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Like they created that. And the fact that I think it was aired one day and then out a couple days later, that didn't happen for TV either. A lot of stuff was filmed and then it would be like, okay, the whole season's done, we'll put it out type deal.
I guess more of what I was thinking, like when it came to the live aspect, is like, how did you do the news back then?
Yeah.
And things like that. I know you went to a movie theater, you
Yeah.
have like random clips before your movie or whatever, and that's where you got your news. But I don't know when actual like live stuff started to hit.
That's a great question. I'm not sure either.
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Probably not like the 50s, I'd say.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so
50s and
filming in
60s.
California would have meant giving the cost of most of the TV audience to a kinetoscope picture at least a day later. So it would be at least they'd film it and then it'd come out a day later.
Yeah.
And the cost of this would be huge. Sponsors pressured the couple into relocating, not wanting their Dale Kinetics airing in a major East Coast markets, nor do they want to pay extra for the cost of that filming process and editing would require. Instead, the couple offered to take a pay cut. So they were that passionate about staying in their hometown and keeping the filming in California, which is huge because now it opened up 2 cities to be filming. It's not just New York's not the only game in town. They pretty much kind of helped create the Hollywood scene in major television because they chose to stay there and shown it could be done, and pretty much taught the networks that, oh shit, you can film something here and we can still air it in New York and still do the same time frames. So they changed the game there as well. So they took huge pay cuts and they did it on better quality with 35 millimeter film, and then the condition that Desi Lu would retain the rights to each episode once it aired. CBS agreed to relinquish what they were giving up as valuable enduring asset in 1957. CBS bought back the rights for $1 million, which in today's money would be $9.1 million.
That's insane.
Now, the rights basically is to play it in reruns.
Yeah.
So when you watch any type of show.
But they didn't do
rerun-
reruns back then.
But
well, they
thanks to the fun facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was not a thing. So they bought it with the rights just to have it for then.
Yeah.
Because the idea of airing a rerun in those times, we were like, we're not, no one's going to watch a fucking rerun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not a
I
thing.
thought everything was once and done. Then I don't know when that started. Like
Yep.
the 60s.
Well,
we'll tell you when
actually,
it
it's in
started.
the fun
Maybe
facts.
later.
Because Lucy coined that as well. Yeah.
Get her money back, probably.
Yep. Well, no.
No,
Well,
it's
I mean,
it's all
she-
about a big event.
She
in her
got
life.
it. Yeah.
So the Arnaz down payment for the purchase was former RKO Studios, which they turned into Desi Lu. I Love Lucy dominated the U.S. ratings for most of its run. I believe it was 6 seasons. I think out of the 6 seasons, it was number 1 4 of them. A scene
Such a
where
great show.
Yep, a scene where Lucy and Ricky practice the tango. One of the episodes, Lucy does the tango, invoked the longest record studio audience laugh in the history of their show. So long, the sound editor had to cut out the section of the sound in half during the show's production breaks. Lucy and Desi starred together in 2 feature films: The Long Long Trailer, 1954, and Forever Darling, 1956.
I really want to see those films.
Yeah, so do I.
I would
Because
too.
I want to know if it's the same characters as they play in I Love Lucy, or if they can distance themselves
Yeah.
and be totally different without me
think-
seeing them.
I had like a Lucille Ball like variety
That
pack
thing,
on
yeah.
Amazon. It's like 8 movies.
Yeah.
It's like $8 or something.
Yeah, you
like
can. I've seen it.
That. Desi Lu produced several other popular TV shows such as The Untouchables, Star Trek, and Mission Impossible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
To think that they're the ones that kind of started those major franchises.
Yeah.
I
That
could
is
be
insane.
wrong but I think maybe Cheers was also filmed in Desilu production.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, but read right after it.
The studio was eventually sold in 1967 for. Well, it was sold, but that studio
You mean
still.
that studio itself?
Because I
Okay,
think
Their own
got you.
studio.
I think I could be wrong. So if you could fact check me, you can. But I believe if you actually went up the stairs in like you know how they go upstairs in Cheers.
Yeah.
They actually upstairs to that set
Oh, it's like
was
a
Star
studio,
was Star
right?
was Star
Yeah.
Wars, was Star Trek.
Oh,
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
too.
The studio was then eventually sold in 1967 for $17 million.
That's pretty good.
1967, which in today would be $130 million,
I can't even believe
and
that.
merged into Paramount Pictures.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So she made bank. you know what I mean? Well, her and Desi made bank. but,
Especially teaming up with Paramount.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Just look at how big they are today.
well, Ball and Arnez's story, of course, what we went into, did not end great.
Yeah.
No.
They divorced in May 1960, and she married a comedian, Gary Morton, in 1961.
no idea who Gary Morton is.
I don't even know who
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Well, she
She
stayed
didn't
with.
wait too long, did she?
She said she stayed with Gary until the end.
Yeah, but I'm saying she didn't wait in between.
No, a year. At the end, Lucy produced the star of the
Produced and starred in the Broadway musical
Yes,
Wildcat.
after I Love Lucy ended, she produced and starred in the Broadway musical Wildcat from 1960 to 1961. The show received lukewarm reviews and had closed when Ball became ill for several weeks. After Wildcat, Ball reunited with I Love Lucy co-star Vivian Vance.
That was Ethel Mertz.
That is Ethel, yeah.
For the Lucy Show, which Vance left in 1965. The show continued with Ball's lifetime friend and series regular Gail Gordon until 1968. Ball immediately began appearing in a new series called Here's Lucy with Gordon and the frequent show guest Mary Jane Croft.
No idea.
Lucy and Desi Jr. This program ran until 1974. Ball did not retire from acting completely until 1985, and she took on the dramatic role in the television film Stone Pillow. The next year, she starred in Life of Lucy, which was unliked and not well received. The show was canceled after 3 months, and she appeared in film and television roles for the rest of her career until her death in April 1989. On April 1989, Ball complained about chest pain at her home in Beverly Hills, and she was taken to a medical center where she was diagnosed with an aortic aneurysm. I'm not even trying the first one. Yeah.
Aneurysm, yeah.
Dissecting aortic
Thank you.
aneurysm. There you go.
yeah.
The surgery, they went into to repair her aorta, and successfully a 7-hour surgery. She had valve replacement. Shortly after dawn on April 26, she awoke with severe back pain and lost consciousness, and then she died at 5:47 a.m. at the age of 77. Doctors determined Ball had succumbed to a ruptured aorta, not directly related from her surgery, so they think another one. So when they fix that one,
abdominal aortic aneurysm.
yeah. So when they fixed the heart, I guess something else blocked, and when it all rushed to that one, it took her out.
That's a long life for her time, though.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
1911.
Her body was cremated, and the ashes were initially inherited at the Forest Lawn Hollywood Hill Cemetery in Los Angeles in 2002. Her children moved her remains to the Hunt family plot at Lakeview Cemetery in Jamestown, New York, where her parents and grandparents are buried. Her brother's remains are also there. Were also there in 2007. They got moved.
Interred just means they received.
Yes.
Now she did have one. I'm not going to go into super detail about it, but she did have an issue in her life where she was accused, and I mean, it wasn't so much accusing. She registered as a communist,
Whoa!
I remember that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
and she did it because of her grandfather at the time or whatever. It was kind of done to appease him. So if you have parents who are super Republican
what
or
was
super,
Well, I'm sure her name was probably something else when they moved over and they shortened it to Ball.
yeah.
You know?
So she pretty much chose the Communist Party because it was like to appease the grandfather. And then I guess as she got older, there was like a party at her house. She's like, I know these. Distanced herself, and I think someone said to her, well, "What do you think of the public perception of what you're thinking?" She goes, "I think my smart fans will realize that I'm not about that, and everything will be fine." And she was right. People were just like, "Yeah, we're over it." 'Cause she was so ahead of her time. Like the I Love Lucy show, took on many different things that TV was afraid to do back then. She was one of the first. She was the first woman to be pregnant on TV.
Well,
Although they had to hide it.
Yeah, they did.
Expecting. They
They,
weren't
could,
allowed
they,
to say
they did
they couldn't
pregnant.
say
it.
pregnant.
Yeah.
She was expecting on TV.
And they always hid her behind something.
Yeah.
How dumb. Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
how dumb.
She was allowed. They forced their beds to be together
Whoa.
on TV. Good thing that's empty. Because that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Originally, they weren't, though. They were separate.
They were, I remember.
First couple
Yeah.
seasons they
Even
were
Dick Van
separate.
Dyke and him
Yep.
and Mary Tyler Moore's beds were like way across. Like no,
They
no
were.
married couple sleeps like that.
Yeah,
Unless they
Lucy
hate
said
each
this
other.
is stupid. We're pushing our beds together. Yeah. We're making one bed, not pushing them together. One bed.
I think the baby, like, when she was pregnant,
she would.
in the show it was the boy, but she actually had her daughter first, I think.
No, she had Desi. She had Desi Jr. first.
Oh, I could have
Yeah.
sworn I read it was the girl first.
Yeah.
And wasn't it something in the stuff that you sent about like she would go to the hospital for like her appointments the same day that Lucy would in the episode? Like it would always be Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that they kind of like tied it on at the same time.
Yep. She was the first interracial couple on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I personally feel she should be credited as the first interracial kiss on TV.
I agree.
But-
Because
Yes.
if it wasn't for
Well,
her,
they-
there would be no Star Trek.
Well, they count
Right.
black people.
Yeah.
Well, like they don't count him. He doesn't count.
Yes.
Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Without being offensive.
The first
Yeah.
interracial kiss is credited to
Because
Star
in their
Trek.
mind,
It is, yeah.
interracial back then was white and black and nothing else.
Yes. No
So
other
something
race.
she
So,
owned.
so if Captain Kirk kissed Sulu, that wouldn't count.
Yeah. Because he was Asian.
Yes,
Yeah.
that didn't count.
That's
how
rude.
That's how dumb it was.
It is
back
rude,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeannie couldn't show her belly button.
Oh, I'm a
Of
genie.
all things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I Jean Genie's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna go rape people. Like what?
See her cleavage,
What?
but not her belly
Yeah.
button.
Yeah,
That
what
makes
does that
no
tell you?
sense.
She got the compensation though. I
Yeah.
just want to point that out. She was the production company who made Star Trek.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
whether or not she is credited
Yeah.
for it, she made pretty good money
Yeah.
to not
Yeah.
be it.
She was very outspoken too for gay rights. She was very
Yes.
pro LGBT. I have a lot of gay friends. I think they should have every other opportunity as everybody else. She was very vocal. She wasn't afraid to say what she felt or how things should have been. She was very vocal and feminist, like feminism and
Yes.
and female achievements. She was way ahead of her time, very ahead of her time. She was nominated for 13 Primetime Emmy Awards, winning 4 times. In the 1960s, she received 2 stars for her work in the film and television on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, Boardwalk. In 1977,
The
Ball was
Boardwalk Hall of
among
Fame.
her first recipients of the Women in Film Crystal Award. She was also the recipient of the Golden Globes Cecile B. DeMille Award in 1979.
Cecil B. Demented.
Thank you. Yeah, was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame in 1984 and received the Lifelong Achievement Award from the Kennedy Center Honors in 1986, the year I was born, and the Governor's Award for the Academy of Television and Arts and Sciences in 1989. So here's some fun facts for Lucy. She celebrated her 40th birthday before I Love Lucy aired.
Crazy.
So she didn't hit her payday until
Yeah.
40.
I know. You know how people now they're old.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Like-
some people are. It's just age is a weird thing.
Yeah. So if you're someone who's a content creator, I'm looking at myself. Like I Love Lucy, who was one of the most iconic people in our history, had to do 40 years of
Yeah.
ball busting work.
Same with Rodney
Yeah.
Dangerfield. He didn't get real famous till he was almost like 50, I think.
Yep. And then she, was one of the top. She dominated and she didn't start for until her 40th birthday. As an industry where women were too often tossed aside after 35, Lucy got her biggest break. Sorry, when she was 40 years old. Desi and Lucy were the TV's first interracial couple, as we already said. Before the shows began production, Lucy insisted that her husband, Cuban actor Desi, would be her on-screen co-host, which we went over. She was an avid gardener. She took these. She was really into gardening and lush plants. There's a photo that's not captured in the caption there. During
I will not describe. the
yeah,
photo.
during the grape stomping scene, she almost died because the actress who was involved did not speak a word of English, and some direction was lost in translation. So she actually held Lucy's head underneath the grape juice, sometimes a little too long.
Whoa.
Yeah, if you remember that scene, that was
I
she,
do
she was
remember that
she was a big woman.
I can't remember that one. The
Yeah.
one I remember is when she's eating the chocolate off the conveyor.
She kept getting in trouble.
Yeah.
What was she doing? She was doing something wrong with the stomping, where she was like
remember.
dancing or having fun, and the lady would yell at her.
Yeah.
and then the lady would look away, and Lucy would go and stick her tongue out, like yeah.
I just keep picturing that. Was it the news anchor or whatever when she like fell off?
Oh yeah.
the Family Guy one.
Yeah. Well, they spoofed that actual
Yeah,
news.
yeah, they
He's like,
spoofed
stop. and she falls. Yeah, if you've never seen the grape stomping news lady, please go watch
That's
that.
selling right there. That's I'm like, come on now. Come on.
Eddie Collins says, "I'll write my first good song when I'm 40." I think Eddie, you're doing well, brother.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
You're-
doing good.
I would say so.
We're
yeah.
super proud of you here. If you don't know, Eddie is part of a fantastic band. Go check out Crowbot. We love him to death, and your talents, you and your family's talents are just unbelievable. You're big pillars in this community, and we thank you so much.
God.
Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in and watching, man. That
Who's
means
right
a lot.
above him? Because it looks like it says "eat the fridge" or "eat the stage." It's hard
Gus
to
the
read.
Savage. He's
Oh.
also another local
the
hip hop
Savage,
guy
okay.
in the
Oh,
area.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
blind.
But from here, I was like, "Eat the stage."
Yeah.
That's harder to read.
It's really close. It was
When
really
it's white on black, I can read it.
Yeah. Lucy was the first pregnant actress to play a pregnant woman on television. Lucy was expecting her second child. It was the son Desi Arnaz Jr.
Son of
Yeah.
Desi Arnaz.
Well, son Desi Arnaz Jr. Writers wrote the pregnancy into the show instead of hiding it. Of course, they used the word expecting rather than pregnant to keep everyone happy.
That's so
God
ridiculous.
forbid.
Which is so dumb.
You
It-
can say pregnant
Even like think about it back then. All they want you to do is get married and have kids, but don't talk about sex.
and don't show it.
Well, what do you have to do to get a kid? So like
The
separate
story
beds.
brings
makes
it.
no
It just
sense.
appears.
Don't you just lick her ankles?
Yeah,
Sleep in separate beds,
Yeah.
and it just
A magic
magically-
store
I
brings
the
it
thought
and
process back
delivers
then
it
was
to
just
your
so
door.
You had a really
backwards.
good aim back in the day to get it from your bed to the other bed.
You bury a chicken egg in
Yeah,
the sand,
yeah.
and then the father comes, finds it, and
You collect the third week's rainwater.
Yeah, and you put a
hang an
coin-
egg in your attic.
But heads up under
Tree
your pillow
loops.
for 2 weeks.
Tree loop story.
the stork comes and picks it
yeah.
up,
Wash
and then he
up on
comes
a
back
beach.
at 9
Then you
months of
steal
baby.
the woman's shoe and fill it with roux and hang it above your bed.
Also
and 2
fancy
weeks
cheese.
later, yeah,
fancy cheese.
Sorry.
Bring the fancy cheese.
Yeah,
Yep.
to enthrall a woman.
That will
Yeah.
do it.
What was the third one? There was a third one on that thing.
Oh, if you cut off a piece of their hair unknowingly and you wrap it around a hairpin and throw it over your back into a river, she'll fall in love with you.
Good to know.
None of those will happen for
Oh,
anybody.
Let's test them out.
I was gonna say, like,
Don't cut my
let's
hair.
find out.
I'm cutting Heidi's hair.
Well, you won't know, so.
Yeah. All right, so back to the fun facts. A whopping 300-member live studio audience attended each taping.
That's something for back then.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
no
lot.
pressure at all,
lot.
right?
I wonder if it was free
That's
if you
a
had to
lot.
pay.
It's probably
I bet
most
free.
live studio audiences are free.
Yeah.
No,
maybe
I
it
mean,
was
I wonder
cheap.
if they got paid.
No.
That was my question, because some of the studio audiences get paid
Oh.
to be
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's dirt. Probably back then they got like a quarter. Which is a quarter.
'Cause I know like Conan O'Brien and Jimmy Kimmel are free. Or not Jimmy Kimmel.
Saturday Night
Jimmy
Live is
Fallon.
free.
Oh, sorry. Night
Yeah,
Live.
if you look
But
line.
people get the tickets and then sell them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's our world.
The actors who played Fred and Ethel in real
I love
life,
them. They're so great.
happily friends. No, they hated each
I
other.
didn't know
Together.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
They fucking hated each other.
Fred and Ethel hated
Yeah.
each other. Yes, I remember that.
And at the time, Lucy and Desi weren't having a good go at things. So literally, they would say cut, and they would smile, and the live studio audience would think everything's great.
just walk to the
and
back.
the girls went one way, and the
Fucking
guys went
whore.
another way, and it was
That's
just
gotta suck.
very
Yeah.
high tension.
Yeah.
Like,
I
but
wouldn't
at the
wanna be
same
on a set like
time,
that.
they pull it off so well. Like, there's so many shows and things like that where it's like you think that they're nice and they're friends and stuff,
Yeah.
and then you find out that they absolutely hated each other, but you would never know on screen.
They like all hated each
I
other.
wonder why they hated each other.
I was just gonna
I don't
say,
know.
yeah,
Well, they also said that the who played Fred was a really bad alcoholic too.
I did hear
He
that.
wasn't. Sometimes he wasn't very nice. Well, and then sometimes
Ethel?
Ethel wasn't a huge fan of Lucy at times because in her contract she had to stay 10 pounds heavier than Lucy on camera at all times.
Well, she was a little bigger woman anyway, but
She-
I get it.
in
yeah.
contract she had to be.
Well, you know how the pretty girl gets the fat girl for a friend to make herself look better.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the contract said. Like
so messed up.
don't look better than the star.
Wow.
Okay, but I mean, if you're signing a
Friends don't do
contract
that
for
to
X
each
amount of
other.
years, getting paid to do something, when you're back in those days, you were contracted as an actor.
Yeah.
You didn't necessarily get to like travel from studio to studio. Being 10 pounds heavier, that's not
But also, if you sign that contract, you don't really
Right.
have right to be mad at the other person.
right.
Yeah,
you
that's a
made
good
that
point.
choice.
You chose to do it.
And I'm sure they had the character described. Like,
Yeah.
if,
Right.
if you're a guy and they're like, hey, I got this role as the Blob in X-Men. Right. And then you get mad that you have to be a fat guy.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Like in Pitch Perfect, the girl's name is Fat Amy. We don't want to see you lose 130 pounds and
looks
then
great now,
still
though.
be
She
Fat
does.
Amy.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's actually Patricia.
that's fine, but I'm just saying, like,
Patricia.
She only calls herself Fat Amy, so she beats you bitches to it.
Skinny bitches like you can't call me.
I'm just
I
saying,
love
like,
her.
there's a point behind it. Like, I'm sure they weren't like, we cast someone who's heavier and then be like, oh, we're going to give this nickname because you're heavier. And, you know, going into it, what's.
What was the other thing I wanted to say here? I forget. I lost my place. What was I saying?
You were
First
right
show
at Fred and Ethel
to
hating
But no, I'm saying there was
syndicate
something
reruns.
about
Spin-offs
something
because
about
they
them
hated
hating
each
other.
other.
Oh,
Yeah.
so another thing too.
And
A lot of people
back then.
Yeah, a lot of people think that a lot of the show is improv because it just looked like it was improv. But that was the secret to the show. Lucy rehearsed and rehearsed. Even the facial expressions, she worked and worked and worked and practiced and reread it to the point where it probably annoyed a lot of her co-stars. But everything that they did in that show was to the script to a T.
That's crazy.
And
There was
it's-
no improv.
It's crazy to think that, like, there's, for most of it, because I remember in the reading and stuff that it was like, most of those times the audience got a start to finish. There was no really like, all right, cut, let's rework this line or whatever.
Nope.
It was just, this is the show you are going to
They
see
did it like Broadway.
with some cuts.
Yep.
Yeah. And I really liked that.
Yeah, and one of the other, we're also, a lot of us are here, big fans of The Office. A lot of people, if you listen to the podcast Office Ladies, they turn around and say, was that scripted or did they improv that? And 80% of the time, it's no, that was 100% to the script. That's how good the writing was, and that's how good the actors were to portray it. That it made it look that natural that you think they riffed. You know what I mean? And that was a big thing with Lucy too. Everything she did was completely to the script. There was no improv. It was just completely there, which is a huge credit to her skills. The show was the first to syndicate reruns. In fact, the Arnaz credited for inventing the rerun. It came up when the concept was to give her some time after having her first baby. So after she had her baby, she couldn't go back to work right away. So they tried the idea of a rerun, and people were like, "Oh, this is cool," and then hence the rerun was created.
It's actually thoughtful for him being such a ale.
Yeah.
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 44. 44 million viewers watched the episode where Lucy gave birth to little Ricky. So, fun fact, America was okay with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Imagine that. You know, like, you can't say certain things on TV or do certain things. Like, we're too desensitized now. I think we're okay to handle certain things. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you have a pregnancy.
Yeah. We're only a couple of years away from live porn on TV. It's going to be great. I'm joking, obviously.
Hey,
Who knows?
Betty Page was already around making
Yeah.
stuff at this point.
That's 72%, and the 44 million viewers, real quick, is 72% of the U.S. homes who own TVs.
That's pretty high.
72%. There is rumors that crime would go down
Yeah,
when
I
I
was
Love
gonna say
Lucy was
that.
on.
I saw that
Like
too.
crime
yeah.
rate would almost
Yeah, I read that before.
we go down 70-some percent because everybody's home watching. There was another rumor too that reservoirs, when they would go to commercial, I Love Lucy would go to commercial, you would actually see a dip in the reservoir because everyone would go to the bathroom at the same time.
That's funny.
That was a legit. I don't know how true is it. Who knows? But it was a rumor of the show.
Also, how would that work? Because your TV would still run, right?
What do you mean?
Like,
The
if there's
reservoir
a
from
dip-
the water.
People who work for the
Like,
water
go
company
fly.
would see
Or
a dip.
like
Gotcha. I was
drinking
thinking
water.
like there was a dip in like viewership, like
No, no,
'cause
no.
everyone's leaving. I'm like, how would they know the TVs are gonna stay on?
No, the water company would.
Brother knows
the
everything
water
back
company
then.
would know when the water, like when everyone
Yeah,
was
gotcha.
on him.
Company always knows.
You're in some dirty business.
The TV, and it was watched more than the Dwight D. Eisenhower getting sworn in as a president the very next day. So more people
Dwight
watched I Love Lucy than the presidential inauguration.
I'd rather watch I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep, same.
It was the first show to end while still being #1 in the Nelson ratings, so it went out on top.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
To think
and it
you'd
was the
end
first show to do it.
Still at #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, why not?
Little Ricky and Desi Arnaz Jr. were born on the same day, so her little Ricky was the character on the show, and her Desi Jr. is her legit son. And they were not played.
What was his name on the show? Ricky Ricardo?
Little Ricky?
No.
Ricky Ricardo.
Ricky
Yeah,
Ricardo.
Ricky
Okay.
Ricardo. Yeah.
Ricardio.
Yeah, cardio.
Because they did a lot of cardio.
Yeah, Arnaz already knew that Lucy would give birth via cesarean section when it came time to
Cesaro section.
the Cesaro. Yeah. So they knew that that was going to happen. So I believe she filmed, left the studio, and then went and had her real baby.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's insane.
More about the baby.
She also did not know in advance she was also going to have a boy. So it actually worked out that on TV she had a boy, and then in real life had a boy. And a lot of people thought her real life son was the baby on the show, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought that.
I love the quote that's in there about how he called the studio and was like, she followed our script, and was like so excited that happened.
I have just one more thing. She, I think, was the first cover of TV Guide.
Was
Her-
she?
her
Really?
baby,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I don't know what's going on there.
Not doing that.
Yeah, her and the baby, I think they were.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I love
and
her.
that had a 71% rating that day. Like 71.1% of the American population watched that episode when she had her baby. So now I want to turn to you guys here with Lucy. When obviously for me, I didn't know her stuff before that. I just knew the I Love Lucy show. Nick at Night, cartoons would end. Usually the first couple shows that came on was I Love Lucy, The Honeymooners, The Monsters.
Yeah, I always missed the Honeymooners. I never saw it.
Yeah, that was. I think The Honeymooners was like really, really late. I would always like that was, and then like I Love.
I dream of
I remember
Genie.
the New York channel used to rerun the
Yeah.
Honeymooners and I Love Lucy.
I was obsessed with I Love Lucy and The
forget channel
Honeymooners.
letters.
What is that the same thing for you guys? When did you guys come across I Love Lucy?
Yep.
Watching it at Nick at Night.
Yep. TV Land.
Yeah.
Did it come on like 8? Is that when Nick at Night started 8?
8 or 9?
Yeah. I remember that, but I would watch on reruns randomly.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember very much. But
I remember I think my dad and my mom, I think they came in because I was in their room watching TV and they're like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "I'm watching I Love Lucy." And they're like, "You're watching a black and white TV show?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like it." And they're like, "That's crazy."
so that's wacky.
And they're like, "How did you even find this?" I'm like, "It comes on after Nickelodeon."
Yeah.
And then that like realistically, if you think about it, what a great way to segue your younger audience to older
old-
content.
yeah.
Like
now they just do what Adult Swim.
I don't know what.
it's like, all right, now we're gonna put fucking animated tits in your face.
I think Nickelodeon's Nickelodeon all day now.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
shame.
it
Nick and Night was a good thing, man.
Yeah.
Being
It
a
wasn't-
kid.
It like switched. Was it Nick at Night or like it went to TV Land?
Well,
was
it
the
was
same
it was
thing.
Nick at Night. Then they changed it to TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was the same thing.
But TV Land's its own separate channel.
Yeah, now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
TV
I
Land
really?
is now. Yeah.
Oh, so I think that's a
I
shame.
couldn't remember
Yeah.
if it was like
That was a good segue to get your younger audience. Like,
I remember they added Welcome Back Kotter when I was in 5th grade, and that blew up. Everyone was like talking about Welcome Back Kotter in school.
Yeah, I
never
This is
watched that one
from
either.
25
Never
years
saw that one.
ago.
yeah, like there's a room full of people right now who all found one TV show because it segued from their cartoons. It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
we all stayed
honestly,
up late
I-
watching these shows and then woke up early for Saturday morning cartoon.
I
Yeah.
think my parents turned it on for me.
Really?
To be honest with you, yeah, because the way I grew up, it was like I watched a lot of like I Love Lucy stuff, and then music stuff. It was more like D. Martin stuff that was always playing. So that realm of time was always like relevant, like
The
Yeah.
50s.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
and maybe that's why I dress the way I dress and like being in suits and all that kind of stuff because I like
And theater and
right. And like actually, Paul Byram from Killing Thunder makes a joke where he's like, "I miss the days where you could go out in a suit, not like you had to go somewhere fancy just to go get milk. You'd go in a suit." And like I don't know,
The 50s, they do that. That was when they go on a
Right.
plane, real nice suit,
Yeah.
and they get them hats.
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I
you're an old-timey
appreciate that
detective?
moment.
I'm
And,
poor.
like-
I'm poor and I like hoodies.
Yeah, but I mean, I do too. It's just I
I
don't
see what
know.
you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was more opportunity to dress up.
Without
And,
people like,
No
where you
pajamas
go,
and
right,
Walmart.
yeah.
big
Why
shot?
is it like I pulled up to Dunkin' on my way to work? This was a couple years ago, and I was in just a button-down shirt. It was like a Hollister one. It wasn't even anything super fancy. And like, where are you going? And I was like,
Funeral.
I'm not
Yeah.
even like,
Just at a
I'm
funeral.
like going to work.
Date?
Yeah, a funeral.
Yeah.
My grandfather died.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your coffee.
He died twice.
But like even that, like when I went to a funeral and stuff, like in the past couple months, I went in a suit. I looked around, people were in like khaki
Jeans,
pants and jeans and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
I don't even think I own a suit.
I do not own a suit.
You have the suit you wore to our wedding.
That doesn't fit. me.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm fat. Yeah.
That was the biggest you ever wore, I thought.
It doesn't-
Or are
the
you
pants
bigger
don't
now?
fit.
Are you bigger now?
I don't know. Listen, I'm cultivating mass. Cultivating mass. Well, I Love Lucy is really important to us.
Segue.
Because honestly, like, it's inspiring. Like, we're coming up on a really a historic event. We're coming up on Martin Luther King's birthday. And as someone who's sitting here, and I'm not trying to get on a soapbox or be like weird, but like we're in an interracial marriage. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's a different type of experience when you walk down the street with somebody and you're not the same race. Like, I don't want to point it out, but shocker, America's weird with that kind of stuff, and it's
Still.
2001.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2002.
2001?
2021.
Whoa.
Sorry, 2001.
Wow, we jumped.
2021. It's still like you get looks, you get.
How about
you know,
that GameCube coming out?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish
yeah,
I still
super
had.
excited
I
for
have
that.
a GameCube sound like
Another
that.
one.
Yeah. You get looks like when we first started dating, we would get weird looks and things would said. So like days like Martin Luther King Day, and then hearing things like I Love Lucy, and just being like, it's okay. Like it's weird that people can look at I Love Lucy and be a critically acclaimed thing of being amazing and trend setting and so good. But then the same person can look at an interracial couple on the street and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Because it's,
like,
and I'm telling you, as dumb as it is, they didn't view Ricky as
Right.
anything else
Interracial.
than white,
Right.
which because he was light skinned. I mean, even when
Yeah.
he was whatever Cuban.
she's getting
Cuban
wider.
American.
Yeah.
She's getting wider, but you know,
Yeah.
But that's
A lot
what they.
darker than us.
Those little eyes
As dumb
every
as it
time.
sounds,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's I don't know, it's inspiring and just how the show was just so good. Actually, I don't remember what year it was. Can you take a break over here, Snake?
So jealous before that everyone got to see her eat candy. I'm super excited about
She,
that.
she has to catch up.
Yeah.
What do you
Let her
want me to
catch
look?
up.
She's not here for the podcast. She just wants to eat.
Yeah.
She's
all right.
she's looking at the snacks over
Instead
there.
of us
Welcome back
turning around
to
and be
the-
like, Heidi, you want to try this?
The delicious.
What am I
thing.
looking up? Loving Virginia.
Loving you.
What?
I don't know. What are you saying?
Nothing. I said, what year was your anniversary got you the box set? Or was it Christmas?
Was
I
it?
don't know. What was I supposed
I
to
thought
look that
that
up?
was 2 years ago when we did the Retro Lovely Ball because you got the dress and stuff? Or is that something different?
No, I got her actual Lucy dress for the ball, but
Like a
You
50s
should have
housewife
worn
dress.
that. You should
Yeah.
wear it today.
you borrow it.
Okay.
I got her the box set. It's like a cardboard box, and it has a heart on it, and then like the heart comes off, and then
Okay.
it's all every
I meant to
every
bring it in.
episode.
I forgot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but she I gave it to her, and she binge watched every episode. I think
Well,
twice.
It's
really
so
easy to
good,
watch. 'cause they're
though.
probably like
It's
20,
so good.
20 minutes. Or
One of the best.
I think they're half-hour shows.
They are half an
without
hour,
commercials.
yeah.
Without commercials, so they're probably racking about 22.
20 minutes.
Yeah. They're great watches.
So I have a question for you guys. Since we're talking black and white TV, do you
Racist.
watch it in black and white, or when they eventually get to color versions? Because I know some of those shows have made color versions. Do you
believe
watch the
that-
color?
I believe the box set is all black and white.
I'm just saying, like
can't
in
remember.
general, like when you watch, like us growing
like
up,
it black
we
and white.
watched the black and white version.
Yeah.
But now
But
that there's color,
The Munsters, I think, got the color revamp.
Yeah,
I don't know if I Love Lucy.
Genie,
did.
Genie was right around
I
the
think
same time, too.
did,
some
I
of it
think.
Like
did.
Some of
yeah.
it did, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bewitched, I
There's,
Dream
like,
of
certain
Genie.
episodes that did, I think.
I only remember
And
I Dream of
sometimes the
Genie in
colors
color.
are too vivid,
Yeah.
and they're just real.
It was
bright.
like unrealistic.
yeah,
Yeah.
like people's eyes are really
Technicolor.
blue, and then orange are coming like
Well, here's a fun
It's that
fact.
Technicolor.
During
That's what it
Kennedy's inauguration,
Kennedy.
when his wife was wearing that special hat,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
people think her suit was blue.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. It was
orange.
brown.
Oh, yeah, it was a different color.
Yeah,
I just read that too somewhere.
because
did too.
because when they were trying to figure out
brown.
when they were trying to figure out colors like and how to do it, they would overemphasize colors that weren't there to make the colors pop more.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was almost an unrealistic color.
So speaking of brown,
Ben said something. I can't read it.
I learned a new word for a color of brown, and I don't know. It's the funniest word to me.
Mauve? That's-
Cognac.
Yeah.
Mauve
Like
is a
con-
reddish brown.
like
Mauve is
like
more
cognac?
burgundy,
I love
Yeah.
that name.
No, I have no idea. But someone
Cognac.
ordered shoes, and they showed up in black instead of cognac.
Are you sure
Oh, I know.
cognac?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
it's cognac.
I've seen shoes at Box Dogs be listed as
I
that.
think it's cognac.
It's cognac.
I don't know. I like cognac better. It sounds really great.
Jen asked what I'm drinking tonight. I am drinking my last can given to me by Nikolai of Great Scott, which we got when we went to Gettysburg.
At the spilled, well,
Or
see,
score.
the
Or score
color
brewing company.
and the booze might be pronounced
That was
differently.
not Jen. Jen did not ask you that.
So the cognac or cognac?
Cognac.
Oh, Harry
I don't-
Collins asked me that. Sorry.
So that's cognac. That's the booze.
Okay,
That's
well,
not the
But
color.
it's the
If I am wrong,
think
I am
it's like
forever
that.
going to call it cognac.
You should just
I'll
do
do
it
one.
anyway.
He's just going to do
You
what he
should call it
wants.
that
I
way.
still have my Baby Yoda beers to drink yet.
Really?
Yeah,
You might
'cause
want to drink them soon.
what do they?
They're fruit purees. I wouldn't
Oh.
sit them too long.
All right, I'll drink them.
Used to watch
I'll drink some
Third
this
Ground.
weekend.
Yeah, Jen used to watch when she used to go to her grandmother's.
My
Okay.
mom and grandmother did not watch TV. Like my granny watched like the news and Weather Channel.
I don't
And, like
You know what I should do?
It is.
actually, my granny did watch more TV. My mom never watched TV with me. She would read, and I would watch TV. I remember one time I was watching TV leaning against the couch. I was sitting on the floor, and she was reading, and she started yelling at me for shaking the couch. It wasn't me. It was an earthquake. Like
Oh.
legit,
Oh,
but she
no.
thought it was me, like shaking.
Oh, was this back in like 2011 or
We're gonna have some
something?
fun.
No,
I'm
this
gonna have
is
some
like-
fun real quick.
Early '90s
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
also,
there's,
we got-
wait,
we
where was
might
this
call.
at?
in Reading.
Oh, there was an earthquake.
Yeah,
in
it wasn't
Reading?
that big, but
Oh.
like enough. She thought it
Yeah.
was like shaking the couch. She's like, "Will you stop it?" It wasn't me. Are you calling my mom?
Oh,
I don't think she'll answer.
I used to watch movies with mom, black and white movies.
My grandmother is learning how to FaceTime. She FaceTimed me at like 6 in the morning
Really?
one day.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
it was
Wait,
hilarious.
How are you FaceTiming her?
I'm not FaceTiming her.
I was gonna say, Apple and Android don't mix.
Hey, this
Yeah,
is,
you have to
is
get
Apple.
like Google Duo for that. I think.
We'll sell some chicken.
I used to watch black and white movies with her when we lived there.
This is Bill
She
from-
wouldn't watch it at all.
Really?
She'd be like knitting or crocheting, whatever.
Because she's seen it 100 times.
Yeah, and just like listen.
Lady
and then
is
she would just
snoring.
randomly talk to me. I can hear her.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask her off camera, and I'll report to you guys back next episode. I'm curious what my grandmother's thoughts of Lucille Ball was. Because, like, somebody who was,
around
Around-
closer to the time.
yeah. 'Cause I think it's probably even, like, before her, like,
It is before.
before her time.
You know what?
When do you think your grandmother was born?
She was 30s, right?
Probably late 30s.
Late
Your
30s.
grandma? She's older than my grandma.
I don't know her age.
I think she's older.
But if your grandmother's still currently alive, and Lucy was 79 when she died in 89,
Yeah.
She,
So,
did,
what
she
I'm saying
definitely
is,
saw
like,
her.
if
It
our
was late
generation,
30s.
she was a kid in the 50s.
if our generation
Yeah.
knows about Lucy, I'm wondering how impactful it was for her generation.
Yeah.
40s even.
40s.
It has to be
That's a good question.
late 30s because my grandma was born in 1940.
Yeah.
So she was around there because they're not too
It's just
far
curious.
apart.
I'm just curious. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of things when like we're talking about pop culture references and stuff, and then when I see somebody like of a different generation, you're like, what were you guys into? Like, because there's some stuff I'm into from before your generation. You know what I mean? Like, it's really interesting to hear. I know she's still a huge movie buff. My grandma's really into movies. She
Okay.
sees one. She
I
before
watched Casablanca with her.
pre-pandemic, she used to go every Tuesday to see a movie
Oh,
with my
yeah.
Uncle Paul. Yeah. Like they're really into movies.
What did she go? What did she watch? And she came home flipping out about it. She used to bring me leftover popcorn too.
Oh, anytime
there we go.
if a movie curses too much, she's not a fan.
She came home yelling about.
Oh, The Hateful Eight.
No, that was the
Oh.
one she liked.
She liked The Hateful Eight.
I was gonna say I'd be
Yes,
surprised.
she
because
if
you
did.
were
I
surprised.
did.
It was some other movie.
No,
she came
I
home
was surprised
flipping
that
out.
like,
That it
took her to
they
see The
cursed
Hateful
in
Eight.
it.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, why do they have to curse? I don't
I-
get it.
Samuel
Yeah, I
L.
would
Jackson
think
does a
she would like
15-minute rant
Hateful
about
Eight.
making a guy suck his penis.
Yes, but remember you were surprised that she watched it and she
I-
didn't
she-
care.
Crazy. My grandmother watched Samuel L. Jackson do a dialogue about, and then Johnson. I was
My
like,
grandmother would walk out and start flipping out. My grandmother's Irish Catholic. She would not be okay with that.
oh, so is my grandmother, but I don't know.
My granny would just
Every
be like,
grandmother's different though.
Yeah, I think she can definitely say it's a movie. She's not happy with it, but she'll sit and watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like she goes into a theater expecting, especially in today's times, that things are probably not going to be up to her
PG.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my grandma's very
She's
progressive.
gotten better. She hasn't yelled at us.
She doesn't yell at me for
in a while.
cursing too much. She just kind of like,
She
that's
used to.
Tony.
I think she just pretends she can't hear you, or she turns her hearing aid down.
Yeah.
So she actually can't hear you.
I mess with her so bad. Like she has one glass of wine. I'm like, you getting drunk over there, you lush? Do I got to take you to your room? And she's like, you shut up. Yeah, she's fun. Yeah, I was gonna call her in, but maybe that would be fun.
Sleeping.
That'd be a fun episode if we had my gram like via FaceTime, and we pick a movie. Like she gives us a movie to watch, and we go back and watch it. And my gram talks about it with us. That'd be funny. Maybe that'll be a bonus episode for us. Maybe
There you
one
go.
time.
She would just tell me random stories out of nowhere. Like we'd be watching the movie. She'd be.
There were times she ate the worm out of a
told
tequila
me-
bottle.
No, she ate the fruit.
The
she told me
fruit,
about the first
okay.
time she got drunk. She was in Japan and she didn't drink, but she was eating fruit from everyone else's drinks.
Oh,
She
boy.
got wasted
Got hammered.
out of nowhere.
That's
she
so
just starts
funny.
telling me this story. Like we're watching a movie and she's like, "Oh,
She
we
was
were in Japan.
I mean,
I
geez,
drunk."
I want to hear how she got to Japan and why she was in Japan.
Yeah.
My grandfather was in the
Military.
Oh,
military.
okay.
Actually,
Oh.
his
Okinawa.
tattoo is his Mount Fuji badge.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, on my tattoo.
yeah.
Yeah, they lived in Japan. I think one of my aunts was born in Japan. I think
Wow.
Arlene was born in Japan. My
Another
mom was
one's born in
born.
Hawaii.
My aunt
Your mom was born in
Naomi.
like Virginia right?
No,
or
my
Germany.
mom was born in Germany. Somebody was born in Japan. I just don't remember.
That's
who.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hawaii.
they were-
She told me about
I
if
think
you
you're
steal
still considered
pineapple, you'll go to jail because they take so long.
A
to
U.S.
grow.
citizen though because on the base.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
a U.S. citizen. Yeah.
My cousin was born in
They lived in
Germany, too.
Hawaii. They lived in Italy.
Wow.
They lived
That would
in.
be cool.
Didn't you say she went to Germany?
Yeah, they lived in
Yeah.
Germany for a long
Yeah.
time. My mom was born in Germany. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's an interesting thing. All right, so that'll do it for our
wait,
Lucy
wait.
talk. Unless you got anyone else.
I have
anything
one
else?
other thing.
Go ahead.
Just because I'm sure Heidi will appreciate this.
Go ahead.
So wrap your mind around this. She was born in 1911, right? Betty White was born in 1922.
Shut up. Betty White is
And
going to
she's
be
still
99.
kicking. Yeah. So it's just weird to think that Lucy was 11 when Betty White was introduced into the world.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was just watching
Well, there
Golden
was
Girls and
there
thinking
was some
about
more
Betty.
things about her
Girls.
childhood
I
too
do, too.
that we didn't get into. At one point, when her mom remarried, she remarried a dude that wasn't super into kids. So he's like, we're gonna move, and
You gonna leave the kid here?
and the kids are staying here.
I can't believe
We're gonna wait
that.
till they're
Dated
at
that
school and then we're
21-year-old.
gonna leave.
Yeah,
How awful.
And
Well, yeah.
I believe
If you're 30 dating a 14-year-old, I guess that you do
could
that
be
stuff.
wrong, but her brother was put in one house, and she was raised by this guy's grandparent, like this
Really?
guy's
Wow.
parents. So the guy who didn't even want the kids, like their parents raised them.
But that's why they had orphanages.
Yikes.
Just give your kids away.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
And then like the
That's
mom
my
came,
kind of
then they
times.
divorced and like the mom came back. She's like, all right, I'll take my kids back. Yeah.
And that's something.
Wow.
She had a rough time. She like most of her life was obstacles and was pretty rough. And she
It's so weird to think about back then. Like that was okay. Like
I know.
now you can't. There's like laws and stuff.
yeah.
I mean, they used to mail kids in. Like
There's laws in
Yeah.
there.
we still mail kids, man.
Just cut holes in it.
depending on what shipyard you're going to at certain times. I'm sure if you open up a container, it's probably
Yeah.
filled with children.
true. I mean, like legit through the post office, they would mail kids.
What?
Yes, that was
Stop
a
it.
thing.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you look up what you can ship at
Listen,
the post
I'm
office with live
positive.
chickens
I
and
registered-
stuff.
I'm sure if it
Think
was a
about
cage
it.
with holes, probably back in like
Oh my
the
God.
before
Give
the
'em a
20s,
bowl of water or
they
something.
probably would ship a
If
kid.
you put fragile in the box, they take care.
Fragile.
They,
And a bunch of hay.
yeah, they
Yeah.
take great care of that.
It's a major award in there,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Listen,
I'd ship that kid out.
after doing MK Ultra, I'm not
And
surprised.
shipping kids is nothing.
Yeah,
That's true.
we probably gave kids LSD.
Yeah.
For
That's
We
the
used to
trip.
ship the kids
Yeah.
through the post office.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
They are not animals. An animal shouldn't even be shipped to the post office. I'm sorry.
You know what? I would save a cat or a dog being shipped in the post office before a kid.
You're
Nobody
like,
should be shipping anything that's living through the post office.
Today's
not
times-
even a bug. Not
today's
even a
times,
bug.
we just strap a GoPro to them and see how it worked out.
Oh my god.
Nikolai, can we ship you?
Are we allowed?
After
Like,
no.
the
No.
post office started, this couple dropped some mail. I don't know what just happened.
Well, you know how Garfield
just-
always wants to
Like,
sell
heck,
Zenurmal
they
to
mailed
Abu
like their
Dhabi.
8-month-old kid.
8 month old.
What?
What did they
I don't
mail
know.
it to?
I hit something bad.
mail-
and some,
mail
all
was
this
very
stuff started
slow back
popping
then.
up
I
on
thought
my
there was
phone.
zero.
I don't know how
The
anybody
grandparents
lived.
live
It was
far
a
away,
0-old child.
and they went to
Oh.
see
Or is
it.
it 0.8?
got stuffed
Point-
in a box
no, not
and
0.8.
shipped through the mail.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, babies are 0 until they hit their first birthday.
I broke everything right now.
Terrible. Terrible.
Ship those
In a book
goddamn
I'm
kids.
I think I
reading,
got a virus.
the orphanage were so terrible in England. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
orphan-
not good.
You're sick.
Yeah.
Very
All right.
abusive.
Anything else at Lucy before we move on?
No, not really.
All right. Well, Andy, we're going to turn to you for
Okay.
some news, some pop
Yeah.
culture news, and we'll debate it and talk about it. While you're
Okay.
doing that, I'm going to go get a beer.
Okay, go get your beer.
me
He's
some
gonna get
water.
a wonderful mushroom ale. That is brewed with 5 different types of mushrooms. I'm just making shit up.
That sounds disgusting.
I hear
Nobody
coffee
should ever make
flavored.
that. just throw that idea right out.
So, shocker, Chris Evans is returning to Marvel, which
Wait, it's a different character?
That was
no,
fake.
Oh.
it's like no shit. Like, what did he do after Endgame?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
He was
I can't
America's
think of
ass.
one movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Like, why not go make more money? You're still
Yes.
young.
Well, they talked
Yes.
about Marvel's Secret Invasion being a new movie.
Yeah.
that would
So-
be fine.
So people are thinking he may be the villain.
Well, no, because the villain,
Oh, Hail Hydra.
No,
Captain America.
Secret Invasion is the Skrulls. The Skrulls is a race of shape-shifting people. So they shape-shift into heroes. Well, we don't know that. But
Oh.
it did say Captain America has not a mains movie role, but they'll get there. But right now, cameos. Avengers are like how Iron Man was in Spider-Man. It's not an
Yeah.
Iron Man movie, but he's in it a lot. you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
that's what they're going to do.
Well, we did.
You know, it's like, no shit. You
We
know?
did get
Why
the
wouldn't you? It's
conference
not gonna
with
be long.
Blade. They announced they.
Oh, yeah.
Blade.
Blade was in with that, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first, that was, the credit was giving Marvel enough money to keep going because they weren't doing so good at the
Right.
time. 90, what?
We went
5,
a
96?
full
Yeah.
year
Blade was good.
last year,
Leslie Stone.
2020, full year, no Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So
Terrible.
happy.
We would have had.
What?
Yeah.
So happy.
Oh my
it was a good
God,
break.
There's
Nikolai.
too many.
No, they pump them out way too fast.
I love them.
Relax,
We don't really,
guys.
we don't need one every year. We would have
Yeah.
had Black Widow.
Well, now that we have Disney,
Yeah, but now
you're
we
gonna
got
get
3.
hammered.
WandaVision came out.
Yesterday.
I feel like
2 episodes.
yeah.
a show's a little
I'm not sure how many episodes
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch.
I saw that. I don't know.
I'll be
Apparently there's
watching
like
it
2
ASAP.
episodes, which
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah, they released the first 2 episodes today.
Yeah.
And then
They're pro-
is it one every week?
Yep,
or
they're gonna do like the
is it-
Mandalorian.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be like
But
the
why 2
Mandalorian.
episodes? Like,
I think it gave you enough content to start. Personally,
Maybe it's because
did they do a Mandalorian?
Yes.
I don't remember because I got Disney Plus late, but Mandalorian season 2 won a week. I
Yeah.
don't know about season 1.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe,
I'm a
maybe
Maybe
fan.
the
that's the thing.
premiere. A lot of premieres have like a
Like 2 hour
double.
time.
Yeah, but then when
I'm a fan of
2 hour
weekly
one-
episodes. I think it gives you time to talk amongst your friends and wait for the next one.
I hate it.
I want it all at once.
I can't
I
do
do
it.
I like
too.
the
I want
binge.
it. I want it all at once. Give it to me now, especially
Tony,
Star Wars and Marvel.
They
right
can release
now.
it one episode at a time. I'm gonna wait till it's over. The whole series. I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch.
I'm with Nikolai.
I'll watch all 8 seasons
Yeah.
like I did Dexter.
It was
I'll
a-
probably watch it just because I'm
it was
bored,
very
but-
exciting to hear, even though I did not watch The Mandalorian. It was very excited. I was excited to hear people's excitement talking about the episode leading up to the next week episode. It just seems like a thing that we're losing by the wayside. Like cable television shows, no one gives a shit about anymore.
Yeah, but
Watch cable television.
and they are.
but
yeah,
no,
like
but-
what she just said. Because they're
Name one
awful.
show right now that people are like, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah,
Supernatural when it was on.
the Game of Thrones probably would have been
I
the
watched
last
a lot.
big one.
But Game of Thrones
You know, I
HBO,
have
I
to
would
wait
consider.
till-
Okay, yeah. Oh, you mean actual cable? Like,
Yeah.
Supernatural when it was on, very popular. Tons of
Anatomy.
Even towards the end.
Yeah, people
I
absolutely love
wouldn't
that
say
show.
that was as popular as say Seinfeld or. But even that's
Like
many years ago.
Supernatural, I remember people excited for the season finale of
Yeah, no,
Supernatural, but it's the season finale. But I would expect for how long Supernatural was on.
Yeah, that-
I feel like the Supernatural, the season ending would have had more pop, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it was competing with like Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, and and The Mandalorian, where it really engulfed the season finale of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because of streaming stuff and everything being released, it does hurt shows
yeah,
on TV.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think it
But the-
hurts.
but
I
the-
think it says step your game up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hey, watch it on your time.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for CBS that says, oh, I can only watch that Thursdays at 8. Fuck that.
No,
I watch it when I
everything
want to
late.
watch it.
I watch everything on
And then they
Hulu
make you
and
pay for an app
Netflix.
for their specific
Yeah.
thing to be like, oh, but if you didn't start this amount of weeks in, you lose the first 4 episodes.
Well, I like
Yeah,
how
I
the
hate that.
yeah,
CW
I
did
hate
that.
Well, I like
Yeah.
how the CW app you get for free as long as you can prove you have a TV provider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah, I
even
have- we
then,
don't have
they
any
like
provider.
take episodes off.
Hulu is
Yeah,
it?
It
They
sees
do.
that we have Hulu.
Yeah.
through the app.
Hulu is one.
They would do that with Flash and Arrow when they were on.
Mm-hmm.
If like you could only watch episodes 1 through 3, and then when they add episode 4, so many weeks 1 would fall because they
Yeah.
add episode 5.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's stupid.
Hulu
Yeah.
does that too. Though. They take
Yeah.
certain ones and they'll like get rid of
Like
them.
at least keep the season. Like
Yeah.
out of the other seasons if you want or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did anyone here watch WandaVision yet? I didn't.
But my brother
didn't.
watched it.
Yeah.
he
I have
liked
to
it.
watch it.
I do
didn't.
plan on watching
I heard
that.
it's like trippy 50s. Like,
Yeah. I do plan on starting it because I think WandaVision is rumored to be leading into
Doctor Strange.
and the
Yes.
X-Men.
Yes.
No, X-Men's out of Doctor Strange.
Really?
It could be because Wanda.
They're going to go hand in hand.
Magneto's her dad, so
And she's the first mutant now. Like she's
I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she was a part of X-Men
yeah.
on and
Yeah.
off.
She
yeah.
debuts in X-Men issue 4 or 5, I think, something like that. It's like, oh,
We,
my
we
goodness,
will do WandaVision, and Jen, because you requested WandaVision and you're a Patreon member, we will do a bonus episode next time, and we'll make sure WandaVision's in there for you.
Yeah, I believe they're
Yeah,
only
probably-
half an hour.
Yeah.
So
I'll be
So-
watching them this weekend.
Are we watching whatever's out until
I
then?
guess so,
Episode
yeah.
1?
Yeah.
Or what are we doing?
I would ask her, does she want to wait
Yeah.
till it's all done? We review the whole thing. It's only like 8 episodes, I think.
Well, maybe what we could do.
Or does she just want us to review the first
I
episode?
thought so
or-
far.
Maybe when we'll add like a WandaVision thing. We'll add what we're up to because we only do this episode once a month, so we'll watch what up to that week and then kind of talk about it. On the
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Maybe by the next time they might all be out because if it's only 8 episodes, it'll be close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
We'll
maybe
see.
they'll just do 2 a shot.
I think
don't know.
Not Cool might have 2 episodes next month.
Oh,
because
of the way the month runs?
TBI is going to
Yeah.
have 2 episodes this month.
Okay.
And then yeah. So your next little bit news here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell it and then you were gonna segue me.
Sorry.
into it.
So
it's okay.
The DC Future State.
Books
Slate.
are out. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
they're only 2 months. It's for January and February. Then March, all the regular books come back. The Yara Flora. Her name should be Yara Flora because the flow is better than just Yara Flora. She's a new Wonder Woman and she's Brazilian. And her issue came out. And then Harley's still around because it's in the future, like maybe 20 years in the future. The stuff is different, but they don't explain everything. And then Lucius Fox's son, Tim Fox, I believe I have that right, is the new Batman. But Bruce Wayne is still around. So that Batman book is very good. But it is $7.99. And
What is the
there's
new one Tyler's talking about? The Return of the Dark Knight
Dark
Return?
Detective, I didn't get that yet. That came out this Wednesday. So the ones I'm talking about came out last Wednesday. There's also a Superman book where it's Connor Kent. He's Superman, and I heard it wasn't so hot. I watched a review. Casually Comics reviews them. The girl, if you want to get a review, that's a good review. on
I
YouTube.
subscribe to the variant pod. I really like that variant guy.
Oh, I don't know.
He does like the history of this character.
There's a lot of people that
He's
do that.
really good.
Comic Drake is a good one. There's Comic Storian on YouTube. And they're all like 20-minute videos. But
I think he's the comic story.
Okay, then maybe I'm not sure. But the Wonder Woman was pretty good because she has to go to hell to save her sister.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then she goes to hell, and she's like, "Why does it look like an airport?" And then she meets this little like fairy looking
Back up
thing.
just the hair.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Your P's and B's are
really?
popping.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they go, the hell conforms itself to what you think hell should look like, and she's like,
That's
oh.
perfect,
And that's
then.
why it's an airport
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
And then I read Harley.
Mine's
Quinn.
gonna be a country music festival,
Oh God, oh,
and country music on one side, EDM on the other.
oh.
Just banjos. Yeah.
I hate them both.
Wrestling match.
Yeah,
There'll be no wrestling in
Yeah.
my hell.
No,
unfortunately.
mine.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta watch this shit. No.
I wish it wrestling.
Yeah.
was in my hell.
and Harley Quinn she's in prison in the future, and the Scarecrow, because in the future in DC they have to give up your mask, and with the mask is immediately arrested. And in Gotham City, Scarecrow like redeemed himself. Now he's acting as a psychologist again. And he has Harley Quinn in prison. But then it's kind of like Suicide Squad, where he's like, well, if you do this mission for me, we'll let you take your handcuffs off when you're in your jail. And if you do this one, we'll let you walk around this room in another room when you're in jail. So she's kind of like the Riddler's, or not the Riddler, Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow's henchman. So it's pretty cool.
We
That's
did
the only
have,
3 books I read so far.
We did have breaking news.
Ooh.
Right before we came online. King Kong vs. Godzilla got a release date.
I didn't know it was in the works.
So King Kong had his movie, Godzilla has a movie. Then at the very end, they hinted that they were going to then collide.
Okay. Jason vs. Freddy.
It's going to be an HBO Max movie.
Like
So we're like Wonder
Mortal
Woman,
Kombat?
and Mortal Kombat, and Wonder Woman, and the new Suicide Squad. And if you're really excited for King Kong Godzilla, get even more excited because it drops in March.
I was gonna say I'm kind of not excited at all.
I don't like those movies either.
You don't like monster? Dude,
No.
Monster tearing up a city.
I
I
watched
my jam.
that
Well, some
first new
monsters about
Godzilla
them.
about from like 5 years ago. It was too dark, like too physically dark. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't see Godzilla. I know the second one they kind of fixed it up a little bit. Mothra was in the second one.
Mothra, Hydra.
Is
Yeah.
King Kong the one that had a 360 game? Is it
No.
that one?
No.
King-
That is the good one.
No, the new
That's
one's
Peter
good.
Jackson.
Yeah,
right?
Peter Jackson is
The-
the good one.
The Peter Jackson's the one that they did recreation of the original Godzilla
Oh, okay.
King Kong. This King Kong,
This was a giant trailer.
Oh,
this one he's too big to get on a boat to bring over to
Yeah.
America.
They don't even take. They like delete every
Then how does he-
major iconic
how
moment.
does he get to America?
He doesn't.
Oh.
He never gets there.
Oh,
So pretty much
Dumb.
he's stuck on Kong Island.
no.
But they bring back what's his name? Got lost in World War II.
Godzilla. Go to Kong Island.
Yes.
Oh, well, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
You guys shut up. I'm excited. Hey, you guys are excited. How you
Peter
feeling?
Jackson
Sorry.
back on it.
Who would play the Rampage game if the monsters weren't in the city?
I actually had the Rampage movie. I have to play. I have to watch it.
I heard that's awful.
Yeah.
The Rock's in it.
Yeah. All right. Your next bit of news here, Andy, is
Yes. As I click it up, the
Damian
Wayne.
Wayne.
He gets his ongoing book. So what
I
that
was a
means?
fan of
it's
Damian Wayne
a
as
monthly
Robin.
book 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, April, May, June, July. So he's never had ongoing. He had a mini series, but he was like kind of aged a little bit, and he was called Damian Wayne, or just Damian, son of Batman.
Yeah.
No, it ran for 4 issues, and that was from like 2015.
well, he was part of the Batman and Robin comic too. for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. I guess you
In
can
New
count
52?
that. He has his own book, and that gets a new black and red suit. Looks pretty cool.
He's such a cool character.
So yeah, I always liked Damian Wayne. But when he was in Batman Robin, well, the first time Batman was dead, so Dick Grayson was Batman,
Yeah.
which it was cool because it's like, hey, you know, it's like I didn't like my dad, but you know, you're not my dad. What's he doing right now? They're making out, ladies and gentlemen. Husband and wife team here.
For those of you on audio only.
Sorry, I'm telling Heidi to grab something because we're talking DC.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're gonna get.
Damien is a cool ass
Yeah.
character. People who don't know, of course, when she goes by, she has to fucking hit the curtains.
I thought you didn't like.
No, she hit the curtains.
She runs away like a cartoon character.
Yeah. Damien is the son of Talia and Bruce Wayne and
Talia, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. So pretty much he was
villains.
trained since birth to be a League of Assassins, a League of Shadows member, and was pretty much just gifted all these abilities and gifts, and he's a fantastic fighter. So he pretty much came into the mix.
And they thought that the Ra's al Ghul raised him to kill Batman.
Yeah.
So that's like, oh, but it's Batman's son coming in. He's only 12 years old. So
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool
At
thing.
the age of 12, he's probably the most advanced Robin and he possibly the only thing he lacks. He's like
real angry.
yeah. He lacks discipline, but
Okay.
skill wise, he's on Batman's level.
but not like.
I mean,
he couldn't take Batman.
I'm sure that would happen over time,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
right? Because it's like you learn from the mistakes that the previous made, and
Yeah.
like know what to teach them earlier and
Yeah.
stuff. So
All I heard was
makes
Batman,
sense.
and I stopped.
He couldn't.
you just brought all the
Obviously,
Batman.
A 12-year-old boy is not going to beat a Batman.
right,
Yeah. So my mother-in-law, Heidi's mother, obviously, she gave me a gift
We
card.
think.
Yeah, we think she gave me a gift card, and with my gift card, I bought the 80th anniversary collection of Batman.
Now, is that all cartoon movies?
Yeah, so this has the Batman Gotham Knight Year One,
Not good.
Under the Red Hood,
Good.
Bad Blood, Batman vs Robin, The Son of Batman, which is Damian
Yeah.
Wayne, Batman Dark Knight Returns 1 and 2,
Good.
Assault on Arkham,
That's the Harley Quinn one.
yep,
Pretty good.
A Killing Joke, Batman and
good.
Harley Quinn, Gotham by
Yeah.
Gaslight, Batman Ninja, which actually I'm really excited to watch.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Batman the Return of the Caped Crusaders, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman The Mystery of the Batwoman,
That's the classic one from back in the day. Batwoman one's pretty good. Red
Yep.
Hood's in there too.
Batman Superman Public Enemies,
That one's real good.
and Batman Superman Apocalypse.
That one is good as well.
So I think this is like $50 or $40.
And all the cartoon movies. The DC cartoon movies are pretty good.
18 movies in this one.
Wow.
Then I got the Batman animated series and also the Batman Beyond.
That's the complete animated
excellent.
series.
Both
So there we go.
excellent.
That's the classic.
and but it
So
comes
good.
with 2 bonus videos.
Oh,
Yes.
Superman?
No.
Batman Beyond comes with the film, The Return of the Joker.
Okay.
It does not come with the Batman Beyond movie though.
No, I thought you meant that one.
And this one
Yeah.
comes with Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero.
Oh, so that's in both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
Sub-Zero, Mr. Freeze.
And
not
then this
Mortal
one
Kombat.
is
that
the
nice
10th
set.
anniversary collection. It has 30
That's
movies
nice.
in it. This was a little expensive. This was a stimulus gift, right? This is a late Christmas gift because we were waiting for the stimulus to come in. So Heidi got me this as for
Let me
Christmas.
think back.
Aw.
The first one is
I didn't. He
Superman.
bought it himself.
No, it's Batman.
So does this have the real Batman versus Superman movie in it?
No, this is all animated again.
No, I know.
Yeah.
The real one is the animated version.
The Dark Knight
good.
Returns.
So
No,
clearly
no.
he does not like the new version with
That's the
Batfleck.
movie I wanted.
Oh,
Is the animated movie where Batman meets Superman for the first time and Joker and Lex team up over a crystal
okay.
dragon.
Yeah, I like
The only
Batfleck.
problem with DC is a lot of the movies are either they're Batman or they're Superman.
Yes, they don't showcase a lot of others, but I
won't-
do like
Or they
Batman.
won't give the credit to the person and be like, instead of Flash, it's Justice League Flash. Like, come on.
There's like multiple
How
flashes,
many
yeah.
Batman and Superman movies do you need? Give one to their characters.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that is changing upcoming year because
Hopefully.
they did do a Constantine movie just recently.
I love
last year.
Constantine.
There was a short
So
one
good.
too. A short, because you know how when you buy the movie, I don't know if you ever bought the Blu-ray. There's always like a 15-minute, 25-minute short. There's a Jonah Hex one that was really good. There's a Constantine one that was good. There's a Death one that was pretty good. And a Green Arrow
So
one.
I think I'm like after this collection, I'm only like
that,
six
that
movies.
should have almost everything.
Wonder
Woman,
it's a
Green
little
Lantern.
behind, but I'm like 6 movies out of the loop and I have them all.
Okay, and they did try to make it a connective universe at the end with Justice League Apocalypse.
Yeah.
They actually had a after credit scene that teased what's the Flashpoint. Mm-hmm. But then they kind of just I felt
So this comes with Superman Doomsday.
that was really good.
Batman Gotham Knight comes with Green Lantern First Flight.
That one's pretty good.
Batman Superman Public Enemy.
That one's very
Justice
good.
League Crisis on Two Earths.
That's good.
And then a lot of these are graphic novels turned anime.
Yes.
It's
Bat-
anime.
Yeah. Well,
Well, no, okay.
animation.
Okay.
There's
I was
one
thinking you
anime.
meant Japanese
it's that,
anime.
It's that
That's what I
Gotham
thought.
one, and it's awful. The
I like
Batman one.
Batman anime is bad? Oh,
Yes,
I love anime. Oh, well.
Batman Under the Red Hood.
that one's very good.
Batman
Yeah.
Superman Apocalypse.
That one's good too.
Superman Shazam.
That one's
The
good.
Return of Black Adam.
I like that one.
Batman Under
That's a
the
good
Red
one.
Hood. Does that have
Jason Todd.
is that with Jensen Ackles?
I'm not sure.
He might be. He's
he-
somebody. He's a
he
couple
does-
voices. I think he's Batman.
I thought he did the Red Hood.
Or maybe he's He's in one of them. There's
Yeah.
a lot of big actors in the
Jensen.
movies.
All Star Superman.
Jensen.
Green Lantern Emerald Knights.
That one's with all the different lanterns.
Batman Year One.
That
That
one's
one had
good.
a unique art style.
That was well. It's more about a Commissioner Gordon movie.
Yeah. Justice League Doom. Superman versus the Elite.
That one's good.
Batman
Those people.
Deluxe, The Dark Knight Returns, Disc 1, and then Disc 2. Superman Unbound, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic
sounds
movie.
really good.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman fighting each other. Who is that?
I'm not.
Is that Supergirl?
Can you turn that?
Supergirl.
That's Captain
or-
Marvel.
It looks like the Teen Titans.
Oh, it's Terra.
Yeah.
Terra can control the Earth.
Justice League War,
That one's pretty good.
Son of Batman.
Wonder Woman kills.
The
someone
art in
Justice
this is
League
really
War.
cool too. Batman Assault on Arkham, the Justice League Throne of Atlantis, Batman
It's
vs.
funny they
Robin.
didn't put Harley there because that's a Harley movie. So
Yeah. Justice League Gods and Monsters.
I've never seen
Batman
that
Bad
one.
Blood. Justice League vs. Team Titans. The Batman The
one.
Killing Joke. Great, and just cut out the first 15 minutes. Justice League Dark. Teen Titans, the Judas Contract.
I heard that's good. I never
Wonder
seen
Woman,
it.
the Commemorative Edition. Batman and Harley Quinn.
Commemorative edition.
Yes, sorry. And Justice League: The New Frontier.
Well, it doesn't have the other Wonder Woman one, the Blood Bound in Blood or something.
No, that one's newer.
that one's good. That was
Yeah.
really good.
So the other thing too is there's
And it didn't have Justice League. What was it called?
I think this ended in 2018.
No, this one's old. It was like the 50s style.
Oh yeah, I have that one separate.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That one's pretty good.
I think it's called like All Star or New Frontier or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
New Frontier.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that one upstairs.
That's good.
Yeah, so then next piece of comic news, we'll
What
get
was
back into Marvel.
Yeah.
Miles Morales.
Has a clone saga coming. So this is a much maligned story that happened to Peter Parker in the 90s where there's like, Peter has a clone and his name is Ben Reilly.
I love
and
Ben
the Jackal
Reilly.
was a bad guy.
I love Ben
And he
Reilly.
cloned him. And it's like, and then all of a sudden, like, the clone starts saying, you know what? I'm the real Peter Parker and you're a clone. And he's like, oh my God, I'm a clone. And they're like, wait, you are a clone. He's like, I've been a clone this whole time. And then they have more issues, and this is spread over like 2 years. And then he finds out, no, I'm not really a clone. Ben Reilly's the clone. And then they have like, they clone him, and they have an Eric brother named Kane. So and then he gets different powers. So a lot of people really didn't like it back in the day, and it was dragged out over 2 years.
Yeah.
But
So-
Scarlet Spider is such a cool character.
Yeah, that's who Ben Reilly becomes.
Yeah.
Scarlet Spider, and,
He's a-
and Kane becomes something else too. But Miles Morales is going to get. I'm gonna check it out though, and I want to reread the Clone Saga now with an adult eye. So back then it was cool. It was like, oh, there's a clone, and Peter's the clone, and blah blah blah. But it wasn't real popular back in the mid '90s, and
I liked it.
that
You
was
guys-
before Maximum Carnage, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Early '90s.
And then your last bit of news here. Everyone buckle up. This is
Yeah.
where the debate comes.
Okay, but
new-
everyone thought there was going to be a Switch Pro. No, it's just a blue and red Switch. But it's a mainly red Switch. First, let's just talk about this Switch that did come out.
Yes.
It's the Mario Switch, and it's blue and red. It does look cool, but
It's just like the Pokemon exclusive.
There's-
It's just like
yeah,
the Animal
there's
Crossing.
no, the insides are the same as any other
Yep.
Switch.
It's just a
Regular.
different variant
Yeah,
skin.
it's just different colors, and it's red and then blue, but it's mainly red. It's nice, but yeah.
So
it's not
Andy,
Switch Pro. I
Andy,
say
please. No Switch Pro is coming.
no Switch Pro will ever come.
I disagree.
And this is why I say no Switch Pro will ever come. By the time they get there, maybe we'll get one with a bigger battery. It will be like Switch with a bigger battery, or it'll be
That's
Switch
the name.
with a bigger screen. Like they're not. It's still gonna be Switch. There'll never be.
With the bigger battery.
Never gonna be like the series. What's the Xbox called?
Series X.
No, the
Xbox Pro.
Is that what Xbox Pro X or
Oh,
whatever?
right. Hey,
The
Xbox-
stupid name, the really stupid redundant name.
It was Xbox One X.
Yeah, but you know how that was better than the regular
Yes.
Xbox One, but it was called something different.
Yep.
So we'll never get the Switch X or something like that,
I
or
just-
like the PS Pro, PS4
Yeah.
Pro. I mean, what would they?
I think they're going to call it.
like because when you make it stronger, like okay, now it's stronger. Now it's a different system because now I can play games that the other Switch can't.
No, so what they're
You know
going to
what I'm
do?
saying?
What they're going to do is they will make it this. You have to have it backwards compatible. So your Switch has to be able
Because
to
if
play
it's
the
not,
older games.
then it's a new system.
Exactly. So what I think they're going to do, and this is kind of what and there's been leaks and people have been faking leaks, so it's really hard to determine what's real and what's not real. But I think what they've been determining is you're going to get a better screen. 4K screen is coming, and then it just kind of going to give you the power to then run a 4K game and probably give you a little bit of better battery life
So I got a question for you. While we're talking about 4K screens, what's the point
for the handheld.
in a Switch?
I don't
What is
I-
the point?
I
Your
personally-
lead game is Mario.
I personally don't give a shit about a 4K screen.
Yeah.
I don't
Unless
either.
you give me an app where I can now watch Hulu and Netflix.
Sure, but like the concept is the game, so it's
But
not
you
like
can.
you're gonna get
Netflix
Halo.
is on. I think they're
and
both
stuff.
on.
They are on Nintendo.
Yeah, both-
Yes,
they're
they
on
are
Switch.
on
Are they?
Nintendo. Yes.
Because
Also-
I just listened to it like the IGN Nintendo podcast, and they said Netflix is not on the system yet.
Hulu is.
Yeah.
Hulu, but not Netflix.
Oh, maybe not Netflix.
I knew somebody who told me that they do have Netflix on theirs. I don't have it,
I
but
think-
somebody does that I know.
I would,
WWE Network is on there, I'm pretty sure. And you know what is on there? We gotta look it up. It's called Wrestling Empire, and it plays like the old N64 games. And it
Yeah.
just came
Really?
out. Yes, and it's $15, and every wrestler is in it. They just have slightly different names, like Ralph.
on the Switch right
Ra-
now.
I think it was Ralph Wiggler. So
Like Dolph?
and you could change their name, and you could change their.
And it's on Switch right now.
Yeah, I heard it
Where
on a
is Dolph?
podcast, and I want to look it up, and I'm gonna buy it.
I'm going to buy it
I
immediately
believe
after the show's over.
It's Benny Alpha.
Don't even look me, Heidi.
If you could think who Benny Alpha is.
Yeah.
So it looks old school. I want to go on a tyrant. I was like, oh my god! And there's a story mode. And I was like, I'm gonna buy this game. And it plays exactly like the old school N64.
So,
games. Wrestling Empire on Switch.
Netflix is
Is it on Switch?
not on the Switch.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why my
Hulu
friend told
is?
me they had it. Maybe it was a different one then.
But the Netflix is shutting down on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii
Which is fair.
this
Wait,
month.
That's
Why
fair.
was it on the
Netflix is on the
3DS anyway?
Netflix is on the fucking 3DS and
Yeah.
it's not in the fucking Switch yet.
Why?
What are you kidding me?
That makes no sense. But here's
I
the
have
thing.
both systems.
If you play a game, because I play the Switch mainly on TV.
I do too.
Well,
The TV display is better than the Switch
So
display.
that's a rumor too. So that's another thing that they're debating with a new upgrade. So they're thinking, okay, we're gonna make a dock that you put your older system or this new system on, and it'll upgrade and run. So I don't technically want 4K, but if you can give me better frame rates, I'm cool. Make the game run smoother.
But like, most of the Switch games run pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do
never
run
played a
real
Switch game and
good.
been like, oh, look at this slowdown.
Yeah.
Lag.
yeah, no,
so-
they're not slow.
Or
You know what?
another rumor is possibly a system that will have better connection, so you can stream games without having
Okay.
where it's not going to have a disk drive on
Yeah.
it, where you can't something like that.
I
So
can
that
s-
means
I can see them doing that, right? But they won't call it anything different. Like, here's our new wave of Switches that have this.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
just switch 4K.
And you know what?
they'll call it or
You know what I
something
think
stupid.
they're gonna have. They're gonna have a Switch. You know how the Switch Lite you can't connect to the TV. I think they're gonna have a Switch box
Yeah,
that you can't play handheld. It would just be
Okay.
like, here's your console.
Yeah.
Just play Switch games on your TV.
I thought
'cause
the
there's
Switch
people that
Lite-
only want to play it on TV.
I thought the Switch Lite was such a bad idea.
It is. I don't understand why you got it. Ben got one.
Terrible
Oh,
idea.
Mark has one
Yeah.
because it's cheaper.
Yeah, terrible idea.
Because the whole
He
idea
likes his, though.
of
Dock it.
Switch is handheld.
Dock it.
Now you can play it on
Yeah.
TV.
Mm,
And
he
it
has
kinda-
it and likes
Yeah.
it.
Just like when I spend more money later after this podcast to buy that wrestling game.
so.
I want to buy it.
Do you think we'll get to the point where they bring back movie cartridges for handhelds,
Oh, like the
PSP ones and stuff? I have a bunch of those. still.
Maybe.
Like that's what I want. If you're gonna
Because-
give me
No.
a 4K screen,
No.
I want to be able to watch a movie
now
on a
that we
little
can
Switch
stream.
cartridge.
Yeah.
Now that we can stream, you're
I
never
know.
gonna get those.
That's
again.
fine. Just release one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll own it, and no one else can have
Well, you
it.
know how
What
the-
if it's a bad one?
the
I don't
limited-
care.
Yeah.
Make it the what is that? The
Limited
Plumber movie
Run?
or whatever, where it's like the Mario Brothers or whatever that everyone hated. Give me that on.
I
it.
like it.
Oh, the show?
No, the movie.
Oh, the
movie.
movie.
The
The movie
Live
with
action.
John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
I
love
loved
it.
it.
Like,
I thought
I've
it was
never
so
seen it.
cute.
I heard
Watch
it was
it.
horrible.
It's
Watch
very
it.
good. It's so good.
Watch it today. It ain't cute.
I
It
like
ain't
it.
good.
I like it. Heidi and I enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Watch it today, and you will not enjoy it.
I will still
I
enjoy
probably
it.
will.
It won't even be
I
5
probably
out
will.
of 10.
We're gonna
Yeah.
watch it.
It will be 10 out of 10
It's
because
awful.
it's Mario.
How many times in Mario
John
game?
Leguizamo.
How many times in the Mario game did you jump in the air with your robot legs that you put on?
Never. Well, I mean, you have to have something.
How many times did you fight Bowser, who was a human with slick black blonde hair? And looked more like Wesker than Bowser.
Wait, like who?
Wesker from.
Resident Evil. Duke Nukem. You know,
Well, I mean,
Duke Nukem.
All right,
they can't do everything.
We're gonna move on
I
here.
don't have turtle shells. They can't have dragons. They can't have dragons in a
Listen, I'm
human
sorry
movie.
I dropped the bombshell.
Yeah. But it was funny, the PSP, because they wanted to keep them CD, and then they made
Yeah.
those plastic cartridges over it so it didn't scratch
I have them. I still
I
have
have a
them.
PSP.
They're great.
Yeah. Nikolai, we're gonna turn to you here. So you have some news about the Harry Potter.
Yeah, it got pushed to
2022.
2022, yeah. I'm happy about it though because they want to take their time on it. They want to give it all the
No one is putting a game out now that's not
I mean-
finished because they don't want the Cyberpunk deal.
That's fine. I'm just glad that they're like, we want to make sure it's right, and I'm glad that they're going to add like a morality thing to the game where you get to make choices and it
Good or
like
evil,
shapes
yeah.
you
Mhm.
and stuff.
It
So
literally sounds like Fable.
Yeah,
It's
but-
Harry
yeah,
Potter
yeah.
Fable,
Well, deep
which
in it.
sounds fucking
And it said
awesome.
it was
It
like an
does.
RPG. Like
It needs multiplayer though. Please God,
I
have it
don't-
multi.
I don't know.
Fall-
I guess
Fable
for
didn't need it.
Quidditch. Yeah, Fable was great.
But we want Fable multiplayer too.
I don't.
We want a full city full of people.
Oh, I don't. I don't like that. I
Could you
prefer
imagine a
RPG.
a massive RPG Harry Potter universe where everyone goes to the same school and
I'm sure
I
it'd be
mean,
popular.
I could imagine it be like
Be
Grand
so
Theft Auto, where you have the story mode, but then you can kind of like go off on your
Yeah.
own. I mean, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like I feel like maybe have a split thing where it's
Yeah.
like your online character might be different than the in-game character.
yeah.
So that way, like you could be the bad guy online, but maybe you choose a little bit nicer side
Yeah.
in the story.
Mhm. I just think in this time every game needs a little bit of online, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit.
I disagree.
Unless like your PlayStation 5 and you like those solo player games, keep those the way they are. But yeah,
Like
Um,
Avengers didn't need a multiplayer.
Yeah, but then you could.
It could have multiplayer. Just make a fucking good one.
Yeah, but it don't need Mario doesn't need multiplayer.
But Mario Maker is a really good time when people can create things for people.
Yeah, but you're not multiplayer.
Kinda. Well, you have a Mario game now where you could race each other through levels.
Yeah, that Mario 35, which is going to stop in March.
Really?
You can't download. You know how they're doing the stupid thing with Mario 3 All Stars where you can't download anymore? They're going to make it where you can't download it.
Nintendo.
It's just so dumb.
All right. So real quick. I know this isn't my topic, but I've been listening to the 3 major IGN podcasts when it comes to each system, right? Like PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. And the Xbox podcast is like, hey, this is what Xbox told us. This is what's coming. We're excited. We got this. They're telling us information. We can report on it. And then every Nintendo the Nintendo podcast is literally they made a list of 2021 of things they want that they know they won't get.
Because Nintendo doesn't tell you anything.
And Nintendo does. It seems like Nintendo doesn't give a fuck right now. Like,
did you know Nintendo sells like an insane amount of Switches in Japan? Like,
dude, they don't. They've checked
PlayStation
out.
5, PlayStation 4 almost outsold PlayStation 5 last month. And Switch is like, so that's here. Xbox is below that, and Switch is way like, they're not even close.
Yeah, like it seems like Nintendo.
That's Japan.
That has checked out. Like they're just like, hey, here's a Bowser game. We'll tell about it. Like maybe eventually.
Bowser's Fury. Well, let's give a trailer then. And then you found out when the trailer looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
It looks like you're going to be playing Mario and Bowser. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
That's coming up soon.
Yeah, you can play as Bowser.
But like this year should be a big year if you're a Zelda fan. This is the anniversary, like the birthday of Zelda.
Watch, they don't do anything.
Like,
Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to come out. Yeah.
I think it'll get delayed.
It better not.
I don't see that this year. Maybe an announcement.
Announcement this year.
Maybe the best holiday.
What I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do a collection,
Okay, I can see that.
like the N64
yeah,
remastered. But I think they're going to do the same thing they did with Mario, where it's like you can only buy it for these months.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is rumored that Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is to come out.
And you could take
Yeah.
Majora's Mask and throw that right in the garbage.
Yeah,
I love that
but they're
game. That is
probably,
my
they'll
second
probably
favorite.
they'll probably give you them all on a pack, and they're like, if you don't buy them by this date, they're gone forever.
Yeah.
Like I told her, I'm like, I have to buy these Mario games, and she's like, why? I'm like, because if I don't, I'll never be able to buy them.
You know what's funny? I said that same thing too. I bought them. I played them once. Never touched it again.
I played
I
Mario
own
Sunshine a lot, but they fucked
Yeah.
with the controls. But then I fixed
I
it.
can say I haven't.
They fixed
Yeah.
the controls.
Yeah.
And Mario 64 was a little weird. I didn't play Galaxy at all.
Yeah, I didn't play them
I
yet,
love that.
but
I
I
wanna
had to
play
get
it.
them because if
Yeah.
I didn't get them, they're not.
I have 2 copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
One-
on my
one's a-
list to play.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then the PlayStation one's kind of in the same boat. They're like, here's what we think we're getting. Like, it's kind of like just like, because PlayStation doesn't really put much information on either. Like, here's the game's coming, but we don't.
Everyone's like tight-lipped. Like,
Except Xbox. Like,
Yeah.
They don't want Xbox to steal their ideas.
Xbox is kind of just like, oh, we'll tell you what you want. Like, they'll tell you what you want, but they won't tell you what they want. So there's still a lot of questions that Xbox have out there that people are questioning. Like, what's with this? What's with Bethesda? And they're like, well, the Bethesda deal is not officially done yet, so they can't announce what they're going to do with
Yeah,
it until it's
obviously,
official.
yeah.
But I don't know. It's just really weird. Like, even like now coming out, like there's like no information on anything. Like no, people are like confused a lot. Like it's really strange. But your next story, Nikolai, is
So,
you.
hold on. I want to skip down to one. I wanna flip
and the
it.
Harry Potter one didn't say when. It just said 2022.
Yeah, it just said 2022.
Yeah.
There's a big
I
difference
feel
between
like that's a lot.
January
I think
2022
COVID
and
messed
December
everything
2022.
up.
Honestly,
Yeah.
2022 is going to
no
be
dates
a
for
better
anything.
year for video games because it'll be that time. Hopefully, if they get their shit together, everybody then will have the next gen system.
Yes.
And then that year game, like this year, the end of this year, 2021 holiday season is going to be the real test of the new systems and games. Like this Christmas season is going to be the big one because that's when hopefully they have enough stock to supply everybody the new systems.
I would say by the middle of summer, you can walk into GameStop and buy a PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, I was summer fall.
Best Buy supposedly has PlayStations and Xboxes in stock. I
Yeah.
read.
I looked on Amazon.
No?
No.
Did you look?
Yeah.
I looked on Amazon and they didn't.
I have money in hand and I can't get an Xbox.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Usually,
Real
if they do
bummer.
get them, then they're fine.
Oh, Heidi's not mad. She's glad.
Oh yeah, she's saving 500.
Well, it's not on my list, but I can add it. They were going to make a special edition PlayStation where it was going to be it was going to look like the PS2 where it was all black.
Oh yeah. I
Oh.
saw that.
They canceled everyone's pre-orders
Yeah.
and they said we're not doing it because it was so hard to get that people like Sony and their members and their staff were getting death threats to them and their family.
Yeah, I was confused by that. So
So they said we're not making the fucking system. Go
What were
fuck
they-
yourself.
what were they threatened for? Because they
He said
didn't have
those
enough.
words.
Because
have
the
enough-
demand's so high. and
For
people are
what?
like, we want this fucking system.
A skin that looks like a PlayStation 2?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's like
cares?
just
Who
buy the
cares?
regular one and spray paint the white part black.
Yes,
Yeah.
spray paint it, acrylic
They don't even
paint,
look anything the
watercolor
same.
paint.
The
I mean,
controller looks cool.
They just made the whole system solid black.
yeah, that's basic. And they added like a little blue stripe.
Yeah.
who cares about what color it is? It's a system that plays games.
Give us a nicer looking system because that system's ugly as hell.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. But
Yeah. I'll eventually get a PlayStation. It's on my list. I will definitely pick one up, but I need my Xbox first. Need my Xbox. I just bought a PlayStation T-shirt.
Oh, what's on the symbols?
Yeah.
I see at Walmart there was a cool one like that.
There is some stock available, but if you go on American Eagle, they are selling Nintendo 64
I like that one.
and PlayStation merch,
Okay, Walmart had a shirt
as
kinda
well
like that.
as Disney. There's some Disney stuff on American Eagle right now too.
And there was an
oh yeah,
Xbox one.
I have the Disney.
I would have bought it. It was really cool. It was kind of like regular Xbox,
I don't have an Xbox shirt.
but it was a white shirt, and I don't like white shirts. 'Cause they get dirty.
I have an old one. Yeah.
I want the old. It was like a little Xbox logo, and then with some stuff
Yeah.
exploding.
Like the Duke looking Xbox
Yeah,
logo.
yeah, the regular X, which I called Xbox One.
Yeah. The first Xbox.
Do they have summer Disney things, or is it still the sweatshirts?
I think it's still sweatshirts.
Okay, because I have a cute winter one.
They have T-shirts.
For girls though, because it looked like it was only guys.
Dude, all right, listen. If you guys get boned on the Disney girls, I'm not even mad because,
What?
dude, if you go on the fucking website right now,
No, no.
and then you look at
not mad
women's,
about
oh my god, I bitched about it the other day at work. And you go to the women's and you look at like band T-shirts, right? The women have the fucking best band T-shirts.
well, it's about time we get.
They have a
something.
sick Aerosmith one. They have
Yeah. They
all
don't
these
have
like
pockets. We get
a
everything.
cool Kiss one. And you look at the men, and we don't have like there's no band T-shirts.
You think like wouldn't people of both sexes enjoy that band? So put it up on
You would
both.
think.
Well,
Dude,
that's
I
the thing.
want the Aerosmith hoodie so bad,
I
but
could
it's
see
women.
if it was like Backstreet Boys. You know, okay, I get it.
Nothing's wrong with
Yeah,
them.
nothing's wrong with
Excuse
that.
me.
No, but-
you got two avid fans right here who would see them 20 times a year every year.
Which helps my point.
Goddamn,
Of
no,
it's
you
a shirt for women.
You
Oh,
shut up.
what?
You liked it.
Yeah, which
We love AJ. Don't
said it
even
was
don't
good.
even lie.
Yeah.
which gives fuel
AJ's
to my
my
point
favorite.
that it's a
Mine's my
shirt for
favorite,
women
that's
and two
okay.
women like it, so more women would buy
So
Backstreet
many,
Boys
so
shirt.
many good pop culture shirts, and the women got them.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
you know what? It's about time because every time I go to Hot Topic or some other store,
here's the thing.
all
You
the
can
men
buy-
have the shirts.
You can buy a men's shirt and
This
still
is
wear it.
Yeah, this is a very valid point.
Listen, I can barely wear the girl shirts at the time.
I'm just saying. I don't like the
baby
cuts
doll.
on
I don't
the
want
shirts.
I don't want a big deep V.
I would like the B. I will take the
My
B.
arms don't
'cause
fit
they're
in the
cut better.
shirt.
They're cut better. The men's
the
shirts
baby
look
doll
boxy.
sleeves that come like this.
See, I like that. Men's shirts look boxy, and I don't like boxy.
No,
I don't like boxy.
buy it smaller. Cut the sleeves.
Well, you know what? I had to. I had to buy. I had to suck it
You're
up
a
and buy
girl.
some.
You're a girl. Get your sewing machine and fix it.
Yeah. Lucy,
I
You know what?
waiting for it.
I'm gonna make myself a
I'm
sandwich
actually
while I'm at
going
it.
to throw my sewing machine somewhere around your general vicinity.
I wish I had.
Heidi.
Like at your face.
I wish I had a sewing
Come
machine.
over.
I was going to say, but it's
So-
interesting. Now, either of them said they didn't have one.
Yeah.
A sewing machine? I do have a sewing machine.
Actually, I don't own one.
you
I
just said
just
you were gonna
pretended
throw
I did.
It's right next to their ironing board.
I also don't have one of those. 'Cause fuck that. Oh, sorry.
I have a built-in iron board, like old school houses. They have
Oh,
a
yeah,
closet,
yeah.
and you open it, an iron board comes
Yeah.
out. I'm like,
yeah.
I will never use this.
I've
ever.
never-
So I have nothing here, but when we lived at our apartment, Mark and I would iron our shirts on the washer and dryer.
There you go. Hey, it's flat.
That's why, and it's like
don't
not plastic,
iron
whatever it's made
anything.
out of. It's safe.
I don't
know?
iron.
You know what? You know how
Iron.
Heidi
Stick
throws
it
the
in the
wrinkles.
dryer.
She throws it back in the
Yeah.
dryer,
That's what I say. Put it in the dryer.
and she
That's what
shrinks
I-
my
Yeah.
shirt.
That's what I do now.
Listen.
Dryer.
I think you're outgrowing your shirt.
You should.
I'm
You're
not
right.
shrinking
You
now.
should. You're right.
You can also put it in the microwave too.
Interesting.
In the micro.
Roll it up and
Yeah, for a
throw
little bit, yeah. Because
All
Just
right.
radioactive. Yeah.
Nicola, you said you were going to jump down your list a little bit here. What do you want to? What do you want to talk
Well,
about?
first, because we jumped away from Harry Potter so fast,
Sorry.
because we were talking about the release date stuff. Guess is it's going to come out in July,
What's that?
the Harry Potter game,
That
because
makes sense.
I believe it's the 31st is Harry Potter's birthday.
That'd be
So
cool.
I feel like it's going to
Oh,
be
stalker?
revolved
I didn't know that.
around.
Is there any
that.
new movies in the works
That'd
at
be
all?
cute.
Not that I know. I mean, they talked
Fantastic
about,
Fantastic.
well, yeah, the Fantastic Beasts, but for the Harry Potter side, doing the Cursed Child. They talked
Oh,
about
that'd
turning
be
the play into a film.
But they.
That'd be very
But
good.
the actors don't want anything to do with it if JK's involved.
Oh boy,
Get
Oh,
over
because-
it. Get over it.
Yeah.
they need to just
But
make
she-
money,
She
make
got
the
that.
movie, and
She
make
got
people
that
happy.
money
Let
where
it go.
get some new actors.
They can,
That's right.
Yeah.
and it'll be sad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
already have to do it with Alan Rickman. I know he didn't
He's so
get a say in the matter,
So sad.
but
They can cast me. They can cast you.
I'll happily be in Harry Potter.
Well, there's our banner. There's our
there
mug
we
shots.
are. Yeah, I mean, I don't act, but I'll learn.
Yeah.
I'll be whoever.
So
I'll be Tree.
what's your next little topic here?
So 20 years ago, we lost one of my favorite snacks, and then they came back.
Came
Pizzerias.
back.
3D Doritos, but they changed
Yes.
the.
They're not regular, right?
Right,
We
they're
are
not
not gonna
regular.
we're not gonna try these on show because
Yeah.
they're very loud and crunchy, and we're not gonna do them on the microphone.
I mean,
But
we've been sitting here eating.
Yeah.
Could we turn the mics off and try
These
them?
ones we
And
can
then-
actually.
Lean back.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
You'd have to turn.
I'd
it
have to
off.
do it
Yeah.
from here.
Oh, that's right.
But
We
they're
talked
not
about
regular
muting.
nacho.
We will try them after, and then whoever's Patreon will get to hear what we think of the new
Okay.
Doritos.
Okay.
and it's
sign up
not
for that
regular
Patreon.
ranch.
They're
It's going to be spicy ranch and chili nacho cheese.
Yeah, rather than
So they're
regular
gonna be
Doritos
spicy.
like
Yeah.
nacho cheese and
Yeah.
Cool Ranch.
Yeah,
Fuck
Wow.
Cool Ranch.
and then your next
Shut your
topic
mouth.
here.
Yeah, I hate
So-
ranch.
This one kind of goes with news, things I've watched,
Mhm.
and a few other things. So I had binged Dexter all 8 seasons.
Oh, you're done.
I have finished. I finished Tuesday
That's
night,
dedication.
right before the release of Fright Rags Dexter line, which was my goal.
How long
So
did it take you?
Maybe like a
he's dedicated when he has to start.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
What was your favorite killer?
it's tough because I liked different ones for different reasons.
Mhm.
Um,
Overall, great show, right?
yeah, I loved it.
Very good. show.
Ending sucked.
Yeah.
No,
Shut up.
no,
What?
You're muted.
I
didn't
will
see it.
not agree to that.
Wow, look, I heard
have to
everyone
go
said it
back
sucked.
down.
I've never
I
seen
can
the second.
understand why you would say that
Mm.
because you watched it during a time where there was no anything.
Yeah.
There's no future to it. So it either had to end in one of two ways. He's either going to die, end up in prison, or something that's going to stop it from continuing, or it's just going to find a way to continue.
Yeah.
Those are really the only two options. Now, knowing that they are starting filming on a new season this year,
I can get behind that.
I think I need to rewatch it.
it makes me feel okay.
So I'm going
Put
to do
that
a
in.
quick spoiler alert. So if you have never watched
Spoiler
Dexter,
alert.
or if you're wanting to watch Dexter, skip ahead 30 seconds. It won't take me too long. The Doomsday season,
That was awesome.
when Tom Hanks' kid
I did not know that until the other night.
opens the ice box and sees the body, nobody on the set knew except the guy who was in the freezer.
That's awesome.
He was the only one on the cast who knew was going to be the split ending.
That's crazy.
Nobody knew. So when he opens it, that's a legit reaction.
That's awesome. I
Wow.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. It was such a good show.
Yeah, and
Fantastic
I
show.
really love because this isn't really a spoiler.
My
thing.
Doomsday was my favorite.
Yeah, I like how they brought back Harry as his like conscience
Yeah.
throughout the show and stuff, and then his brother, the ice truck killer, shows up as part of his conscience
Yep.
at points. I don't know because I liked both of those characters. I'm glad that they didn't.
It's
just
crazy that
disappear.
Michael C. Hall didn't get more work after that show because he was so good in it.
He was in Game Night.
I'm surprised that
bad
he
guy.
hasn't gotten more work. And then, you said Fright Rag has come out with a line.
They this past Wednesday they
Yeah.
released their line of 5 T-shirts and a hat.
Yeah.
So I bought.
I think
three
I think you missed the
shirts
Fright
and
Rags.
a-
I love you,
and a
but
hat.
I think pins.
So I feel like I have a guess on kind of why. I feel like when you're first getting licensed, now I don't know anything about when it comes to licensing in full. This is more a question for Ben of Fright Rags.
Can we talk about that?
Let's hold off.
Okay.
He did agree though
So we may,
for that date.
we may
Yeah.
next month have Ben, the owner and creator of Fright Rags, on camera like we did with John as a guest.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Thank you
So,
to Nikolai.
I'm very excited to get to do this with Ben and stuff.
They make great clothing.
They do.
Frightrags.com, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's frightrags.com. But I feel like when it comes to licensing stuff, like when it's first coming out, they don't since they don't know how well it's going to sell and stuff. They may have the rights to the name of the show and entities of it, but
They have to
not
be careful how they do it.
the
Likeness.
likenesses of the people. That might be a whole separate category of license.
Yeah, because then you have to pay that actor.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to
So
just the-
that's
I was
why,
just hoping like the slide, like how he
I
puts
mean,
the blood slides and stuff.
yes,
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would. I definitely want to see pins and all that stuff later down the line. But I could kind of understand, like, because they released a logo of the bowling shirt, and I was like, man, because they make a lot of really cool like hoodies and stuff, like varsity hoodies and all that stuff.
I'm
that
a
are
fan
really
of a
well
shirt.
done.
They do have Dexter on a shirt, though.
Yes, but it is done in a way that it's only black and white highlights,
Yeah.
so you know it's him because you watch Dexter, but it's not necessarily Michael C. Hall's likeness.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like when companies do a shirt like I have an X-Men shirt that if you're an X-Men fan, like if you're not a huge diehard X-Men person, you look at the shirt and be like, what the hell is that? Like what's Xavier's School for the Gifted? But if you're an X-Men fan, you're like, oh, that's a cool X-Men shirt.
Yeah.
Or like if you're like Bayside Tigers High School, and you're like, what the fuck's Bayside? Oh, Saved by the Bell. Like I like when they do like so the bowling shirt is kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, I was a little like I love the design and stuff, but I almost wish they would have took that step farther and actually made a button-down bowling shirt. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would have bought that in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
They should have done that. Yeah, they should have
but-
done that.
The one shirt is Dexter, and it looks like an '80s horror movie where it's like it's just like his bust, and he has his kill kit and his
Oh.
knife.
That one is one
That's
that I
pretty
did
neat.
order.
Yeah.
They have UHF shirts, the Weird H.
They have
the
a
Weird Al movie.
ton of things.
Yeah, they do a great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Originally they stuck
live.
to just horror.
so fun
and now
fact-
They
they're
don't
kind
have
of
Dawn
like
of the Dead anymore.
spreading out to be like, well, our customers like our work, so we're just going to kind of.
This is kind of an old school sport teaser thing that when we do have them on, we'll talk about. But this isn't the first time that we worked with Fright Rags on this
No.
network. When we did the interview with me and Nikolai was like my co-host on Interviews with Everyday People, and Nikolai got Andrew Hubachek from the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble Project, who played Zelda in the original Pet Sematary.
Oh, nice.
And we interviewed him, and Nikolai knows a gentleman who makes pumpkins. They're like styrofoam pumpkins.
Ian Fetterman.
Ian Fetterman.
Yeah.
They did great work, and we said, Ian, can you get a pumpkin made of Andy as Zelda? And then at the same time, Fright Rags was doing their anniversary of Pet Sematary. So we contacted Fright Rags and asked if Ian can use their logo they put on their T-shirt on the pumpkin, and everyone agreed. So the rights were all there, and nobody would step on each other's toes. So Fright Rags gave us the permission to tell Ian to make the pumpkin, and that we commissioned one pumpkin, like a special commission pumpkin for him. So, and then, like I said, it was a huge collaboration between Ian's Pumpkins, Fright Rags, and Interviews with Everyday People.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Very
And then we
cool.
had him on the show, and it was. I wish we had the quality that we did back then, because people still watch that episode on YouTube. Like every now and then, like a couple years
like
later,
people from like Scotland and stuff.
yeah, someone
tuned
from
in.
Scotland tuned in and watched. Like it's one of those things where people type in like Zelda Pet Sematary, and they see an interview of him.
He doesn't do a lot of like things as Zelda or like as that's promoted as Zelda. It's
Yeah.
more like his BTE stuff here and there.
His story of how he got the role is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but that we actually worked with Fright Rags before, and now we're possibly we're going to have them hopefully on the show soon.
Two
which is kinda
Elvira
cool.
shirts and Elvira pants, lounge
Yeah.
pants.
They have a lot of Elvira stuff.
Is it-
I'm only finding 4 things.
Is it
Well,
all? Is it
they-
all horror?
It's a mix.
Yeah, they're kind of like
There's Ghostbusters.
stretching
Oh, okay.
out.
Yeah.
I would like
RoboCop.
Ghostbusters then.
Like
I
they
have-
did Home Alone
Yeah.
for Christmas and stuff last year, and they brought a bunch of them.
You know my Rocky Horror where it says "Don't dream it, be it." And then
Yeah.
the pin, the
Yeah.
lips, that was from Fright Rag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing a Fright Rag shirt right now.
Surprise.
From Scare Package, it's called, from a Shudder film.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to find maybe something from there.
Yeah. Check them out. FrightRags.com. Yeah, they do great work, and
And they're all super nice, like the
yeah.
whole crew and stuff. Like I
Wonderful.
don't know how it happened, but I got a Christmas card from them this year.
Oh,
like
that's
it
so
showed up
nice.
today, and I was like, "Wait, why me?" Like,
All right. Well,
Aw,
we are
that's
getting a
nice.
little long. We still have a few more people to go here. So, Bree, what do you got for your news? I see you got some Animal Crossing updates.
Yes, Animal Crossing updates, and I have Animal Crossing and like 2 video game things
Go
that
ahead.
I didn't give you because I was confused. I thought we were doing this after the show, and I was going to tell you. Okay. So, Animal Crossing. Later this month, we're going to get a new update, winter update, and we're going to have a beloved character back, Pave. He is a peacock.
I have not turned that game on in months. I got to get back into it.
You should because you're missing a lot of good events.
Yeah.
You'll have to
I didn't
time
do any of the
travel.
Halloween. None of it.
And you would love Halloween because you get
Yeah.
to make pumpkins, get to see everybody dressed up, and
Did you just give me permission to time travel?
I did. Only
Oh my god.
Could you do the events? I don't think you could.
Yeah, if you time travel, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
only now because they have passed. It's before, like, so say it's like
If you jump ahead.
You can't do a future one, which makes sense.
Right,
Well,
yes.
haven't been at it yet.
Yeah.
yes.
could you imagine
Yeah.
getting the update ahead of everybody else just because I forwarded?
You go to the day after inauguration day or something. It's like a post-apocalyptic Animal Crossing. You're like the purge. All your animals are killing each
all
other.
wearing Joe shirts.
Well, make great.
I will be very
My
unhappy
one
with
monkey's
that.
wearing
Well, he was
a
already
Make
in it.
America Great hat again. And he's fighting a Joe Biden supporter.
No politics in my games. That's
Everything,
what. No
everything's on
politics.
fire.
Joe Biden was in the video game.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, if you went to his island with
He had an
how do you,
island.
how do
Yeah.
you pronounce her name?
Kamala Harris.
I think it's
Kamala.
Cognac.
She's our vice president. Damn it! You should show some
Next.
respect.
I just don't know how to pronounce it
They
correctly.
say Kamala, but I'm like, come on.
Kamala.
It's
She's-
Kamala.
Kamala.
You had the wrestler Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, and they're more popular than you are.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was trying to show respect by pronouncing her name correctly.
We just called her Kamala, so it's cool.
Okay,
Hey,
so
she ain't bad.
anyway,
Jen.
I'd hit it. She ain't no Sarah Palin, but
Sarah Palin is your type.
Sarah Palin adult films were great.
who's nailing Palin?
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Wow. Anyway,
Kamala looks like she could be like
Anyway.
one of the.
Where do we get? I can't think of anything to rhyme with Kamala.
If we get like a Will Smith reboot, she could be like Aunt Viv, Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, all right, I see it. Anyway, so Pay,
They have cool classic monster.
he's a little peacock, and he does something called festival, and it's kind of like Mardi Gras.
Mhm.
So that's what you're gonna get in this.
My animals
update.
aren't going to be showing their bits, are they?
Oh yeah.
Because this is
gotta
for
show your
children, but more adults than children play it, I believe. But it is technically for children,
I'd
so
agree.
I highly doubt.
I'm gonna have one of my
What if they like flash, but like there's like little things over,
little
like
blurries.
yeah,
And then
I would
I think it'd be
die.
funny if it was just a blurred out, like how on TV someone's blurred out.
or like little emojis.
Animal Crossing's gone wild, and my eagle's throwing beads at everybody.
Cherry would go wild.
Yeah,
Cherry would
my
go
little
wild.
piss hands monkey is
Oh,
fucking.
I hate that stupid monkey so much because of that. Because her piss covered hand, her pee covered hands, and it's true. I told him that, and that's why he kept her.
Yeah. She told there's a breed of monkey that they have yellow hands, and people
Yes.
and the reason their hands are yellow because they always pee on their hands.
That's gross.
And they actually put that breed of monkey in Animal Crossings with yellow hands.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have a piss hand monkey. And he
You
goes,
would.
yeah. I'm like, I'm keeping it.
You would.
I said, get rid of it. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
So
course.
nasty.
My whole island is infected with piss hens.
Yes. Don't
What's her
go to-
name?
Sherry.
Yeah, Sherry the piss hen monkey.
I'm pretty sure that's not the name of the breed. It's like yellow hand or toad something monkey.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving away from that disgusting breed. Yeah, so you get to have a little party to celebrate Mardi Gras with your animals with Pave, a fun peacock.
Cool.
And that's all that they've released so far. If there's anything else, I'll let everybody know.
All right. And what's your next topic here?
The next one is I just found it before coming here today. It is rumored for all the Pokemon fans.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're doing the other thing, so I'll just do the one. Pokemon Pearl and Diamond are rumored
You
to
could take
be...
it if you want.
Oh, it's up to you.
No, I have too much. You could take it.
Okay, so I'll do that. I deleted it now,
Yeah.
so I'll have to go back. Pokemon Pearl and Diamond are rumored to be released again on the Switch, they're saying. in
So here's what I
February.
hope.
A remake. I never played them, so
Yeah.
I never
really
did
like
either, and I
Diamond-
wanted to.
Diamond and, what is it? Which one is out there? Diamond and Platinum?
Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl. So it goes red, blue, yellow, gold, silver for American, gold, silver, and then platinum, diamond, right?
I'm not exactly. I know there's Sun and Moon, there's X and Y. I'm not really sure.
Yes.
So I have a DS that I won't get rid of because I have physically downloaded like the first 4 or 5 Pokemon
Okay.
games. The Switch, like here's another thing, like
They
Nintendo,
should all be on there.
fucking Nintendo. Like I
Let's put them all on.
like why we have the Nintendo thing that you keep adding
that should
games.
be day one.
The Super Nintendo, you have all those games. Can you give us the Game Boy Advance emulators and put like the old
yeah.
Pokemons and stuff on there? Like,
Yeah.
why is that not there?
And here's
Like,
all you
are you
guys
fucking kidding
And the other
me?
people are like, oh, DS has 2 screens. Then you put one button that says switch screen button.
Yeah,
Yep.
One screen. Here's everyone.
or just split the fucking
Yeah.
screen,
Or
I want to
just
play
get-
Super Princess Peach again, but I want to play
I
it
do
on the thing.
too. Yeah, I love that
dude.
game.
It's such a like I said, I love Nintendo, but they just be like, we know you want it, go fuck
They're
yourself.
like, we can make money here, but we're just sitting
Oh.
down.
So
Well, here's the thing, real quick. I'm sorry. The one thing I did find out about Nintendo, they don't own the company who does Pokemon.
No.
That's just a,
HAL Labs.
that's just literally a handshake agreement that they won't make anything else but Nintendo. Like, there's no contract. Like,
I didn't know that.
Pokemon can literally go anywhere it wants.
Yeah.
It's literally a handshake deal between them and Nintendo. They don't own exclusive rights to Pokemon.
I think it has something to do with like honor and respect and
Yeah.
culture. That's
Which is
why.
fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. A handshake deal. Like, there's no paperwork saying That Pokemon can't be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how they roll. Good, because I have
and Nintendo does, like, if Pokemon sells $10 million worth of merchandise, Nintendo doesn't get any of that. The only way they get it is if their game comes to their system.
Yeah.
What? I did not know that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I just learned that
The
today.
Japanese are different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
They
cultures.
honor
and-
each other. How about that?
Different people.
I love
should-
that. I love that. So yeah, that could be really exciting if we get it. If it's true, it would be rumored to come sometime next month. So hopefully it's true and we
Yeah.
all get that because I heard those games are really good. I never had the chance to play them either, but I'd really like to. 'cause
I think I
love
stopped.
Pokemon.
I think I stopped at Gold and Silver.
I can't remember. I bought some for not the 3DS. One of the other ones I had that I no longer
Yeah,
have, and I never
Advance.
got. No, wasn't there something between them or no?
There's the regular DS and then
I-
3DS.
Regular DS.
it went
Yeah,
advanced
regular
DS,
DS.
right?
Yeah.
So wait, what game is this?
Platinum and Pearl.
This was on DS, I believe.
Pearl.
It has the white and blue.
Oh, so it's just a
Bird.
random game later.
It's like the next.
It's not the one after Gold and Silver.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, I think
I don't
I'm like-
think
let me-
so
let me
because I'm
check.
pretty
I'm
sure
We'll
that
have to
was
get the
Ruby
timeline. We'll have to get the
because
timeline.
Crystal came out and then they had advanced cartridges and it was the big whale guy and Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire.
Which, by the way, I tried to fix my silver cartridge and switch the battery. It still doesn't fucking save.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're really screwing me because I want to play those games.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing there. It's a little hard.
Yeah, so that would be really exciting. And then the other big Pokemon news is we finally got a release date for Pokemon Snap, which is one of the best Pokemon games ever.
Wait, is that the one with the picture?
All right, let's calm
Yes.
down with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Let's
I-
relax
It's
there.
fun, but it's.
I thought it was
the
cute.
64 one a little repetitive because
You can only throw an apple in a waterfall so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess I'm the only person
No,
that.
no, no,
played-
no. I was a big fan of it.
I loved it,
Okay.
Yeah.
but it's definitely not the best of all time.
I didn't say
I
the
don't know.
best. I said one of the best.
It is fun.
Not even top 10.
I really like it. I
Top
mean,
5.
Yeah.
I'll give you top
I would put
Yeah.
games I
top
haven't even
5.
played
Fine.
in the
You-
Pokemon franchise.
Oh, you never played? It's so cute.
No, I played it. It's
Oh.
fun, but
It's fun.
It's
Listen, I'm excited to play
if
it.
you play
I
it for
am
half
too.
an hour, you get the gist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
hopefully they add more because the 64 version, you go on the course, you take pictures of Pokemon, and they rate your pictures at the end.
So fun
That's
fact,
it.
fun fact with that game for our,
And you complete your
our young
Pokemon.
listeners who just heard me curse 14 times. The way Pokemon worked back in the day is you would take your memory card from your system to Blockbuster, where they had a special Pokemon Snap,
Oh, you can print the picture out.
and you
Yes.
print your pictures from
Yeah.
the game, and it would give you your score.
I have a little
Yeah.
shelter that I put on my.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So, Diamond and Pearl came out in 2006. Platinum was 2008. Heart Gold and Soul Silver was 2009. Black and White was after. that.
Where's
Emerald was 2004. So it goes
Right,
red and green, or red and blue and green, technically, and then yellow, and then gold and silver, then crystal, then ruby and sapphire, then fire red and leaf green, and then diamond and pearl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are
And
a
Fire,
couple-
Fire Red and the other one are just remakes of the original
Yes, yes, with the added Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yes.
two. They added Gen 2 to Gen 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what I was going to say about Pokemon Snap is, as a child, I literally played that game over and over and over, and I never got sick of it. I must have played
Wow.
that game like 30 times.
I think I beat it in my first 2 playthroughs.
You couldn't have.
Yeah.
there was a
What-
lot
that-
of
what-
content.
There's a lot of like hidden
You had
shit.
to play
Yeah,
it twice,
lots of-
at least 2 or 3 times, and
You
you, could do
complete
it.
your Pokedex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it.
that's it. Yeah, I completed my Pokedex in like 2 or 3
You
games.
couldn't get like better cameras or nothing. Hopefully that's
That'd be cool. You get
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
lenses and stuff.
Yeah.
They're supposed to add a lot
So
to this
here's
game.
so a Pokemon. I am a huge fan of the
Love it.
collector aspect of it.
Yes, that's what I do
I'm not
too.
a huge fan of the battling. Like,
Oh,
it's
I
like
I love the battle.
like the perfect IVs and get all like I don't care about that or shinies. I don't care. I just
I don't
I
care
like
about
it all.
I don't care about the
just like
shiny.
I just like
I'll
to
take a
collect.
shiny.
I just want to collect.
I want the Pokemon Stadium games
But they were good.
back. Like
See,
as a
Pokemon
remaster
Stadium,
thing.
I didn't like too much because that's all it was the
I know.
battling.
I just love the announcers
I
too.
never
Yeah.
played that. Yeah, I didn't play
Because
that
the
one.
battling got like Madden, like where you had that glitch play where
Okay,
that
well-
one move that dominated every other move. It's just like, oh, you're going to use that one move and take everybody. Like, it's like, that's boring.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's broken. That's
yeah.
a broken game.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
with you
football.
though. I don't. I played mostly to collect and fill out my Pokedex, and then that's what I mostly do. But I'll beat the game. I'll play it. I like going to
Yeah.
the different towns. I like giving my girl outfits. Yeah,
So you started playing Cyberpunk as well, right?
I did. Yes,
On the PS4,
four.
not the
yes.
PS4 Pro.
No, I have day one.
How is it working?
Perfect. So, interestingly enough, one local business talked me out of it. I will not say who, and said that I should not buy it and should not
GameStop.
play.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna do it for me.
There's only
He's
2
gonna do it
places
for
locally
me.
where you can buy a game.
Yes. So a local business that Tony just mentioned, GameStop, told me to absolutely not buy that game for PlayStation 4 because of all the problems that we all know about it.
Here's the thing. Now, I'm not, when I say this, it's not a knock, but like when it comes to certain gameplay aspects, there's probably things that you don't notice that like extremists would notice, like
That is correct.
a buffering, like buffering, screen tearing, stuff like that, or rendering.
I did notice the rendering. I was talking to Andy about
Okay.
that on the way up. Yeah. So I'm playing the game. I absolutely love it so far. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually not having any issues. It did take 13 hours to download all the patches.
God.
That's something.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because my internet sucks where I live or if it's just my
Are your
wife.
wires underground?
Yeah, my friend had that. It was
Wind tunnel.
He put in God of War. He's like, I'm gonna play it, and he's like, oh man, it says it takes 11 hours. I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it doesn't.
I live in that world.
Yeah.
But I was told by Service Electric, your wires are underground. Well, who the fuck put them there? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what,
Oh, well, you
what
know
does
what?
that
How
have
did
to
they
do?
get
Maybe my wires are underground. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
And
my
also-
point.
Well,
Why?
you know,
Seems a
most of
little
you like
sketchy.
have been where I live. So I live where I live. It's like really bad just reception there, and it's like a wind tunnel. So anytime there's wind, cloudy, snow, rain, anything, my internet's out. It's horrible.
my God.
It's
Yeah,
spotty.
Service
Oh.
Electric.
I used to have DirecTV.
No,
No.
Ver-
See, I have Service Electric,
Verizon and
we're
PP
fine.
now. Or no, yeah, PP now doesn't matter.
I have.
Fuck you, PP.
Don't mind me. I'm getting tired of. Don't mind me. So, Verizon.
Yeah.
I had service.
Oh,
My,
we had
my
Verizon.
service electric's great.
We had
We
Verizon.
literally didn't even have it a day.
Not even 3 hours. She's like, the Verizon guy's on his way. He came in, he set it up.
Yeah.
He literally walked out the door. I hit stream on Netflix and couldn't stream.
Yeah.
It was blurry, and I said, get this
we
the
did the, like,
fuck
test.
out of my house.
What's the thing called? Like the
A
test
speed
thing?
test?
Latency.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get 1 gig, right? And I was getting 0.2.
Oh.
And then we
And
called
they're
them.
like,
They're
legally,
well,
legally we
that.
can do that. And I was like, get it out of my house
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, well, then
And we
legally I don't
switched right
want.
away.
The guy
yeah.
turned around and came back. He's like, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, we switched right away and got Service Electric.
Yeah.
Service electric's pretty good here, but I remember
Yeah.
I had DirecTV, and whenever it rained, it would go out.
Yeah, DirecTV.
Oh.
DirecTV was
can't.
Used
bad
that years
too.
ago.
Had to get rid
I mean,
of
it might
that.
be, it might be good now.
So you guys are both still working on that game, right? So you,
55 hours into it,
I don't know how
And
many
it's-
hours I'm in.
so we'll get
and it's
into.
unplayable.
God.
I like mine.
Yeah.
as they say.
Well,
From the beginning, I just
well,
bought it.
you may come across something later on where you think that you have to go and do something for a trophy and a glitch mission, because that's been happening to a lot of people. Like
What
where
mission?
missions glitch or something, you're supposed to talk to somebody, he's stuck underground or he's stuck in the
Yeah,
fire.
but that's something in a lot of games too. Like I had that in that Star Wars game,
Yeah.
Fallen Empire.
Oh,
The
yeah.
boss wouldn't load.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat the level because I had to beat the boss.
Wait, the new one?
Yeah.
that came
Oh,
out?
I didn't
Yeah.
have any of those problems. Oh,
But that's just
weird.
something that happens. If yeah, it shouldn't happen. Okay.
Yeah.
But go back to your
Listen,
save.
Cyberpunk did have a lot of
Yeah,
problems.
reload your
Yeah.
save, and then
You got
the
lucky
guy
if
will
you had no
pop.
issues, but a lot of people had
Yeah.
problems. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's good so far. I mean, I'm not as far as Andy, but.
But you also got it after patches. You didn't play day one.
No, I didn't. I just bought it because they told me not to get it. So then I text Andy. I'm like, Andy, should I listen to these people? Because you just bought it. You have it for your play. And I asked him what PlayStation he had. He has the same one as me. So I then went to Walmart and got it without an issue. They didn't try talking me out of it. So
They don't
I'm
care.
sure they
Walmart.
didn't. They want your
The
money.
Walmart
Yeah.
workers don't
Yeah.
care about anything.
No, those Walmart workers don't care about
No.
shit.
So
But to say unplayable, it's not unplayable.
that's what they told
it's
me.
definitely
yeah.
not
Maybe-
built.
maybe
it's
day
definitely,
one.
It's definitely not built for that system.
No,
what
I
they
mean,
said.
but
They said
it's
that,
struggling to. But I think the patches will fix it. Just like No Man's Sky. Remember
Yeah.
how this is horrible, it's horrible.
Well,
And
No
now
Man's
people-
Sky was horrible because they promised the world and
Yeah, they
delivered
didn't give it-
delivered
yeah,
none of it. Yeah.
So I mean, you know,
What is-
but
And then they put it out and
I
it
see.
became
I
a
can
way
see
better
if you
game.
want a refund, you got your money back. Good, but you shouldn't get bonus money because the game wasn't good. And
Yeah.
They told me it was good. Well, you don't get bonus money.
Bonus money?
Yeah, people are suing in like
No.
Poland or
Yeah.
something. Like you can't have money because you didn't enjoy the game.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, that's-
ridiculous.
What if the game worked perfectly but it sucked?
Yeah.
You don't get money for that.
That's
Like-
just as bad as the Red Bull people.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't give me wings. I have to sue you now.
That's ridiculous.
Did I send that picture in the thing? Someone returned a bottle of tonic water to Walmart. It was the Pepsi brand one, and it said reason returned does not work. And I said,
What's it supposed to do?
what does it?
what idiot
What's it supposed to do?
brought this in and said that? And then what idiot accepted that return?
They
I would
accept
say-
everything.
Yeah, I would say no. I threw it right in the garbage.
Yeah,
So-
they accept everything.
At the place I work, we got a pallet. I walked in and I saw a pallet of shrink wrapped rocks. They were a boulder. It was a shrink wrapped boulder. There were 4 of them, and one on the end was ripped open, and there was a bunch of little pebbles next to it. I'm like, "Can you return this if this is broken?"
Broken rock.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
For your
language.
garden.
Yeah.
For your garden.
So
Yeah, but it's one rock.
yeah,
You might only need one.
Wow.
one's all you need. So
Maybe somebody stole their rock.
so we have the debut now of somebody on the show.
No, I'm not ready.
Is Heidi? Oh, you have one more thing?
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that Lord of the Rings show real
Oh,
quick.
go ahead. Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah, on Amazon
Oh, I saw
Prime.
that.
This
yeah.
year, or I think it's this year. It's supposed
Is
to come
each
out.
episode 4.5 hours long?
I hope so. One can only hope. I would love that. I would love that.
Peter Jackson's directing.
There's
Yeah.
one episode.
Oh, and then I mentioned Harvest Moon before too. I just wanted to follow up. I wanted to mention for all those who do like Harvest Moon, and I had said I'd get a date. March 2nd it comes out, and you can pre-order it now.
But there's a lot of games coming out this year. Like, and the crazy thing is, there's so many games coming that we don't even know about that are releasing this year. Like, it's gonna be insane years for gaming this year. It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be a really good, in-depth, even more thorough Harvest Moon compared to others. So
Yeah.
check that out, everybody who likes farming simulations.
Animal
like me.
Crossing with farming.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like Animal Crossing with more to do.
Yes, and you can get married and have children, and you like raise animals.
Wait for Fable.
Check it out.
No, it's different. It's a different type of game. That's action RPG, where this is more like a like what Animal Crossing, a little laid back.
Yeah.
Slice
Yeah,
of life game.
yeah, it's cute. It's really cute. I highly
I have
recommend.
my Graveyard Hunter. My
Yes.
Graveyard Digger.
Yes, that's a very dark version of
Graveyard
Harvest
Keeper,
Moon.
sorry.
Yeah, very dark version of Harvest Moon. The exact opposite. So, anyway, real quick about Lord of the Rings. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, Amazon Prime has been working on a very expensive version of the show for several years now. That is why Amazon Prime prices went up. They had said. So, at least that was rumored as to why. So it's finally coming out, most likely this year. And it's said to be focused on the Second Age. And just a little background on that, I'm going to take it from an Entertainment Weekly magazine article, but it's online. Second Age followed the rise and fall of the first Dark Lord Morgoth's servant, Sauron, whose battlefield defeat was shown in the flashback during the opening of the 2001 film, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. And it will mostly focus on that era. So we're not going to see like a remake.
That's
with-
before Lord of the Rings 1. And it's
Yes.
before...
Now, here's my question. Oh, sorry, I'm playing footsie with you, Brie.
That's okay.
If you go back and you do a movie that was obviously over 10 years over now, right?
Yeah, 2001 is when
Yeah.
the first one came out.
So
Wow.
if you like
Oh, great.
recast the character because he's too old to play the character, if you're doing a prequel, do you get mad as a fan, or do you just accept
Nope.
the fact that you're getting
Just
it?
CG his face.
I'd be okay if you recast it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd be
honestly,
okay too.
would
I'd
you be
okay.
upset? And Lauren, spoiler alert if you haven't heard of it, like, would you be mad if they just recasted Luke, or would you rather
No.
the CGI face?
No, I wouldn't be mad. But, it's cost awful lot to CGI a whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just recast because
Yeah.
there's so much more that you could tell with the Skywalkers that is left untold and that should be told. There's some great stories in the expanded
And
universe.
there's
which
an
I could
actor
talk
out there who
about
looks
someday.
like a young Mark Hamill.
Yes,
Sebastian
it's
Stan.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan, perfect. If you look at the pictures next to each other, they could be twins. And Mark Hamill endorses recasting a younger version of himself. He endorses Sebastian
Because
Stan.
people want to see Luke in like full Luke mode.
Yeah.
You've heard about it in the books and the comic books where
Yep.
Luke or animation where Luke is a badass.
Yeah, he's not Jedi Master in the movies.
Yeah, you
Not
never
in the new one.
You
but
never
he's old.
see him as badass Luke.
Yeah, in his prime.
That's why people were so excited with the season finale because they're
Yep.
like, "Oh, we finally seen him fight! Like this is awesome."
Amazing. I
Yeah.
was crying. But anyway, yeah, I think we deserve that as fans, and that means we can see young Leia because you get to see Leia be trained. She also becomes a master. She also sits on the council. You get to see more of her and Han, their children. I get to see the awesomeness of
You
Mara
have to
Jade,
recast them.
Yeah.
you know?
and that's okay.
All right, Heidi.
That-
No, I
You're-
literally feel like high school when it's your turn to like read.
You're
I
gonna
feel
poop?
sick. I'm
You gotta,
gonna
like,
puke
pre-read?
everywhere. Yeah,
Like, okay,
I have
this is
like
my
no
paragraph.
notes.
So
I don't really have news though.
Well, he wrote
Heidi-
some notes for you.
Heidi doesn't have too much when it comes to news, but
There
she,
are a lot of horror movies supposedly coming out this year,
okay.
Why don't you share
but I
those?
don't know much.
So
I don't
you've been
know
watching
dates.
some-
Let's hear them.
You've been watching some stuff. So you finished and binge watched all of Cobra Kai season 3. What do you think of the show?
I love it, and I'm super excited.
What was your
for
favorite
season
part
four.
when the guy bops the guy? 'Cause that's Ben's favorite part.
I was gonna say, did you watch it 3 times?
Yeah.
No,
Did you
I
stay-
did not.
Did you stay
No,
up when
I
it came
watched
out?
all three seasons in like 3 days though.
It is so good. I
Now,
agree
here-
with you.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movies back in the day?
I watched the first one and then the one with Hilary Swank, but
Okay.
I have to go watch the second one because season 3, little spoiler, they bring like a lot of people back.
Yes,
do.
they are
Super
they are
cool.
definitely
Super
dipping
great.
into part 2 and part 3 when it comes to
Yes.
characters. From what I heard, man, people are really enjoying this universe.
I
Like,
love
It is
it.
amazing.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
I highly recommend
It's
it.
a-
So
a
you
big hit.
we took a photo with Ralph Macchio and put it in the group page.
I
And
had no idea who it was.
Andy commented, "I know 2 people in this picture."
I didn't realize that was Ralph.
That was Ralph
I,
Macchio.
Oh, yeah.
I said to
Oh,
Mark, I'm like, who's that guy with Heidi and Tony? And Mark told me.
I know he's Karate Kid and like this from pop culture, but I know nothing about it. The movie's just never interested.
Dude, when I say nobody,
There was no one, literally no one.
How
nobody,
sad.
nobody was near his.
He was just chilling. He
so
was
here's-
checking his like fantasy
he was
baseball.
playing fantasy
Didn't even
baseball.
care.
We literally walked up to him. He probably wouldn't even charge us. We could have just sat and talked to him.
Yeah, he was so chill.
Nobody was at his table.
Well,
now,
give
if
me a
he,
second. I'm just updating
now
my
if he
thing.
goes to
Oh,
a
yeah.
con,
Once the
Swamp.
show starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be swamped now.
Because
Yeah.
when I met him,
Oh,
there was
yeah.
like 3 people in his line.
There'll be a
Yeah.
line. It'll be $100.
I know. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
dude,
suck.
we were in a room probably the size of our living room and kitchen put together, and it had Adam West on one end and Ralph Macchio at the
It's
other,
probably bigger than the kitchen.
and nobody was near Ralph Macchio.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's one of the ones
he was
that
like
we were
way
at.
in the corner too. He was like,
Was this a Monster Mania?
no, it was Steel City Con.
Who took
Oh, then I
who
was
took
not
our
there.
photo?
Adam West.
Because he didn't even have a handle.
No, someone was, I don't know who it was, but someone was with him.
I think he
they
sent
have a
his handler to go get food, and we were talking to him so long that the handler came back, and he's like, "Oh, can you take a photo real quick of us?" And I think we went into like a hallway.
Yeah, I was
But he
gonna
was
say,
like
it's
at the
none
corner.
of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was like right at the
He was.
corner
Dude,
by the
we
wall.
we literally talked to him for like 5-10 minutes. He was super cool,
So he was nice then.
Yeah.
he was
that's
real nice.
good. Yeah.
and he was
Like
like, he's
other
like, he's like,
people.
all I got is this Karate Kid thing, man. And I was like, man, I love
No.
beer league.
I
And
was
he's
gonna say
like,
it's a
like
beer
that.
league. I seen that.
yeah, he looked at me and goes, Howard Stern fan, right? And I was like,
And,
yeah. But and now he's had to research in his career using the same
Yeah.
the same, and like I didn't see the whole thing front to back, right? But I've seen bits and pieces with her.
So
and
good.
and it's entertaining. It's really
It
good.
is.
And it's
Really
cool
good.
how like the entire time you're battling between was Daniel's son the gooder guy or the bad
Yeah.
guy, or was the
Gooder.
kid from Cobra
Well,
Kai the good or the bad guy?
The Cobra Kai is the true Karate Kid.
They're
Yeah.
I'm
He's the
all-
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm all about Johnny.
It's just see when I watch it, Johnny's the Cobra Kai guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I think he's misunderstood.
Well,
I agree.
And that it's like a whole battle because they both have their versions of what happened.
Yes. So
Like
interesting.
and so like
It's
Johnny
lit-
doesn't think he did anything wrong. He's
Yeah.
like, you stole my girlfriend and you
you cheated at that.
Che-
It's
It
literally
did
like
that, yeah,
you can go
yeah.
your whole life thinking that someone did you wrong, and the other side of it is like, and this is
They
literally
think the
things that
same,
happen
yeah.
in real life right now, and you're like, you did me dirty when we were 11, and it's like, no, dude, you did me dirty, and then like,
So my girlfriend.
yeah,
Yeah.
And if they would just sit down and have a conversation, it would solve so many problems.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
love
a good
it.
show. It's a really
so
good show.
good.
There's
Yeah.
a 30 Rock episode like that.
Yeah,
When
it's a
Liz goes
really good
back
show.
and she's like, I was a loser. Everyone goes back and Liz, you were a bully. You bullied all of us.
And the cool thing is they have the rights to the old films. So
Yeah.
when they go back and they talk
They
about you
flashback
did
a lot.
Flashback.
you don't
Yeah,
need
they do.
you don't
Cool.
need to watch the movies
Yeah.
to understand because they'll do the flashback of why this it's
that's cool.
significant.
And I think it's all the same people from like the like the
It
movies.
is.
Like so they flash back to like who it is and then like
It's
them now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so nice
It's
to
so
see.
cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a quick plug in with your thing. So I know Alex from Wicked Turtle Network. They did an episode on What Up Peeps on Wicked Turtle for this, and also Alex is doing the wellness for High Ten Wellness, where they're going to talk about mental health. But he's a huge Cobra Kai fan. They love that over there. So if you want to hear a recap of the season, go check out the Wicked Turtle Network and their episode What Up Peeps. So that's on there.
You also watched that stewardess show. What's it called?
Oh, I forgot about
Kelly
that.
Kuko.
The flight attendant.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Looks
I
good.
did watch that. It was really good.
Yeah.
I want to read the book.
You watch some H.P. Lovecraft?
Whoa.
Oh, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country.
I heard
That was really
and then,
good.
And then
too.
you
It was
just
so
started
good.
Did you
watching.
go mad watching it?
No.
She cried a lot.
I did.
I
hear
did
that.
actually.
Might
I
be-
did
might be
cry a lot
On the road to
because
madness.
no, it's because it's
They-
like
a lot of
in
racism.
the 60s, 50s,
Yeah, there
60s,
is.
whatever,
If you
and a
play
lot.
the games. Well, what's his name was a very
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
They took the
it's-
they
It like
took,
made me so sad.
yeah they took
Aw.
the Lovecraft franchise off a guy who was racist that created it
And sexist.
and
And they turned it
sexist
into,
and
like-
turned it into the same culture
Mm-hmm.
but turned it on its head instead of from the point of view of someone who got discriminated against.
Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really deep.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. And what's
In the game?
Journey Bell? No, the what?
In the game, there's a board game called Arkham Horror.
Yep.
And the one bad guy is called the Black Man.
Yep.
And he is a black guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awful.
I played that game once.
It takes forever to set. It is fun, and because you can go slowly insane the more you see monsters, and you gotta get tokens insane.
I played it once. I stayed away from all the monsters. I raised as much money. I was the homeless guy.
Yeah,
I
you had
raised
a
as,
dog.
and all I did was raise as much money as I can because I felt I was playing the game. They told you to play it like your character. So if I'm homeless, I'm not fighting monsters. So I went around and collected money. Didn't help anyone fight any monsters. And then when I did get finally cornered by a monster and it killed me, I sacrificed my dog to then revitalize myself because you're allowed to do that with that character.
Oh, that's so mean.
So then it got to the point where everyone needed the money
think we need
to
to get
buy the
divorced now.
things to figure it out. And then I traded them. Like I had the keys because I went around and collected the keys and then sold them the keys for more money. So I was a homeless guy who ended as the richest guy in the game. And I was happy.
Without your dog.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
You can buy a new one.
it was either me dying or the dog. And
Oh my god.
You die.
it was
I'd
the dog.
You save the dog.
I'd save my dog.
When the
I
ancient
would
ones
too.
come to Arkham, Massachusetts, or whatever.
Yeah. The dog died. Legend style.
Oh
It is a
God.
fun game. It's
Yeah.
very hard to set
No.
up. It's a very intense game. But
Yeah.
It's very in depth.
Awful.
And then you started watching, so you can talk more about it. It's been on for a while, so if you no real spoilers, but you start watching Sabrina.
Yeah, I think I just started
Season 4.
Well, I just started season 2.
Oh wow! I didn't finish season 3.
No, I'm way behind.
And they took an episode
It's
out
so long.
Netflix.
I've seen that. It's so
did.
dumb.
Yeah.
They took an episode off?
I
Yeah.
did
Did.
actually read that.
It's somehow it referred to Sunday Bloody Sunday with.
Oh, I thought they
Irish
removed
With
it
the
from
Irish,
like
yeah.
Twitter or something.
Yeah, I thought it was
That's
just
what I
Twitter.
thought.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
there
didn't
was
know
an
they
episode.
removed it.
I thought it was
like,
just a
completely.
Twitter comment.
I think
Yeah.
the episode may still be up.
Okay, so they did remove an episode, but it's a completely different episode. I don't remember what episode it was, but they removed the Bloody Sunday tweet related to the Irish tragedy. So they're two different topics.
It's part of history. You're talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Can we make a movie about World War II? Because
Yeah.
Nazis are in it.
A lot of people died.
Yeah, Nazis killed Jews. Can't make a movie about that.
Yeah, terrible. It's just weird.
Yeah, I
Some
hate
things in pop culture, I understand they could be triggering to people and be upsetting to people, but like
You can't just get rid of it.
if you're
Right.
not into it, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Right. And if you completely black it out, which I feel like is eventually what's going to happen with certain things, you're going to forget. And then
you
it's
won't
going
learn
to
from
turn
it.
right back around and appear in your life again and say, what happened?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I had these things to remind me that
Yeah.
this stuff happened.
Yeah. So
It's
how
a thing.
far-
Like pop culture, like movies, comedy, horror, anything. Like there's gonna be things that they're gonna be in movies to make you feel uncomfortable. Like talking about racism. Like that's triggering to people. It's upsetting people. But if you look at it, you're like, oh my. And if you're someone who's not a member of that culture or you're not a part of that race, and you're like, I feel terrible what they were going through. That's empathy. You're learning. You're learning through pop culture what that person went through. Like if you see depictions of murder or someone losing a family member or rape in a movie, and you're like, that's fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. You're not glorifying it by putting it in your film.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're kind of saying like it's here, and that's kind of what the idea of not entertainment, but pop culture, movie, music is for. Now, do some people take it and turn it on its head and say things to be offensive or do things to be offensive?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
But honestly, they're right too. It's weird. It's a weird state. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
far did you get in Sabrina?
I think I just started season 2.
Oh, okay. So
I'm, like,
if
way
I start, I
behind,
can you watch at the same time just about because I didn't start.
It's so
I got halfway
long.
through
Like I
season
really
three.
like it, but I
They're
feel
like
like there's
4-hour episodes. Sometimes
I
they're
feel
more
like
than
it's
an hour.
drawn out. I
Yeah.
don't think they need to be that long.
I just
And
look,
then,
I look at her
like
and
it
I
would
feel
end.
uncomfortable. She's 16, but she's so hot.
Yeah. And then you've been reading a lot of porn.
It's not porn. It's like romance drama. There's a lot of drama.
Shades
Porn.
of Grey.
So they
What's
have
that book
sex.
called? 50 Shades
Porn.
of Grey.
Yeah.
Oh.
I watch
It's
porn.
hot.
She reads it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Balance
print
each
out the
other
script.
Balance
He's
each other.
dramatic.
And then he laid me down on the bed.
You're dramatic.
Read a passage.
No,
he ripped off my
no.
shirt.
Most of it is seriously drama. It's
Read-
supposed to be
his
like a love
hands went from
story.
his waist.
Most of it's drama.
Get to one of the passages
No.
and read it.
No,
Why
I'm not
not?
doing that.
He placed his
Because they're
hands on my
bad.
waist and
It-
slowly went
it
up,
is porn.
inching closer and closer
That's
to
all
my
right.
breast.
She's allowed to read it.
His
Is
hand
it-
then gently grabbed my nipple.
Yeah.
A soft sigh went up from my. Like, come on, that's what it is.
You need a puffy shirt.
Is this,
you got the long
the
hair
Facebook
already,
books?
a horse.
Yeah.
They are
there's-
called Afterlife.
Yeah, no, it's after.
Afterbooks.
After.
Afterbooks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 movies on Netflix right now.
So
and
where's before?
that's at the end. Before or
But
after.
when
it's
is
called or
Ben
something.
now? Right now. Yeah, it's Spaceballs.
Yeah.
When
So
will them be
so
done?
these are the books. So when 50 Shades was popular, Heidi read the books and then passed them around to all the female neighbors, and it
I
turned
did.
into like
I did.
sex fest on this block.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
I couldn't get into them. I
What?
read one paragraph and
Yeah.
could not stop laughing.
That one is
Sorry.
What was
It
you
was
like the
like-
Bird to you?
Yeah, Bear 2 is more realistic. Like 50 Shades is a little out there.
I think
it's just quick. I think I like these like I like to read other stuff too, like mystery and stuff, but sometimes I've got too much going on in my head and I need something quick and easy to read.
Oh, that's
and I don't have
understandable.
to think about
Quick,
it.
easy porn.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If,
There's a website for
if the
that.
girl dated a guy and he asked for that, she'd be like, get the fuck out of here, you freak. But I'll read about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, she calls Drew McIntyre like a guy from one of those books.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Yeah,
He
the cover.
looks-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna fly through mine because we are running late for time. And then once again, like I said, if you want to watch our bonus content, we're gonna go live. I was supposed to start at 9. We're a little behind.
9.
But yeah,
Holy
cow.
cow.
yeah,
What
we
is it,
talked a
like
lot.
10, 10,
But
15?
we're gonna go
Okay.
live immediately after this for our Patreon. If you're not a member of the, if you are a member of the Patreon,
After
you will
we
get
pee.
it right
I was gonna
away,
say,
and
yeah.
you can be
definitely
live
great.
and chat. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and pee.
We gotta
and-
eat those Doritos and pee.
And then
That's right.
we are going to go live on a private link. And then if you're Patreon, you can watch it live. If you can't watch it live, you can watch the
And where
next
will they
one.
find this link?
It's on Patreon.
No.
So if you link below, you click on the Patreon. It's $5 a month, and you get the bonus content. This is the first Patreon episode for Not Cool in High School, so
Is
we hope
Jen
you
still
enjoy
there?
it. Huh?
Is Jen still there?
I think Jen. I don't know if she's still here, but
She tapped out at 9.
yeah. So I have been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs. Really, really excited. But here I'm in a weird spot when it comes to playing video games. I know there's a new system. I know these games look better in 4K and all that, and I want to see it and I experience it. So I'm at a point where do I want to finish these 2 games that I'm really into, or do I wait for my new system and see them in a different realm? You know what I mean? So I kind of stopped playing Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. I'm waiting for the new system.
But then when you get a new system, what if you don't go back to them? You know what I mean?
You're going to have to re-download it.
Oh, it's
No,
all,
no, I mean, what go back to
11
them?
hours.
No, I definitely will.
Yeah, no,
like I'm
saying,
really
you, the person, you'll
Yeah.
go back to them.
So I kind of stopped on those. I've been playing some Fortnite. They just added Predator, so there's some Predator missions we have to do to unlock Predator.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Fortnite is like
I was really surprised.
our
that.
game that we play. Like, and I know people are like, it's a stupid game, but we have a really good time with it.
I
As long as
honestly,
you enjoy it.
I think it's better to now that they have licensed characters.
Yeah.
That I think that's the draw
Mhm.
now, where it's like I'm tired of the Call of Duty where it's just generic garbage.
I
like
will never
over
buy
and over.
another season pass from Call of Duty because
Neither will I.
Fortnites have been so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they really stepped up their game.
I actually subscribe. So Fortnite has like a subscription where like it's like $10 a month, and you get special stuff for the
Yeah.
game. And like
you
the
get
first
coins, and
coins and stuff.
characters
The first thing we got was Stephen Amell Green Arrow.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
well, I love
Yeah.
Stephen Amell.
So that's like if you bought the season pass for Fortnite, like
for
not the
this
season
past
pass,
month.
the
yeah, the season pass,
not the season pass, but
Or
the subscription.
Yeah,
That's your first character you got.
oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, this is sick. Like I got a Green Arrow.
Did he shoot a bow, though?
No, but he has it on his back.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you
like Psylocke. I seen that she's running around with swords on her back. I'm like, does she-
Well,
I mean, you can
when
switch
you
your
start
backpack
when you
and
start
stuff.
chopping the material,
Yeah.
she uses her swords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's been really fun. So I've been playing a lot of that. Clerks 3, pretty much Kevin Smith said
Great
he
movie.
is starting to he already has on Christmas Day he started writing the script for Clerks 3.
I
No,
think
I thought you said
Good.
he finished it.
He
I think
either
on the 28th or the 30th, that was the post that he said it was finished.
Yeah.
It was like
so
100
he finished
pages or
yeah, he
something.
finished
Yeah.
the script for Clerks
Yeah,
3.
Clerks
Great
2
movie.
was...
Great movie
Clerks
stories.
Clerks is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, but
So
Clerks
good.
2 was, what, at least 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything behind Clerks is inspiring to me because he wanted to be an actor, he wanted to be a director, he wanted to be a producer, he wanted to write movies, and he sold everything he loved to do it. And I was like,
And it was good.
I want to be a podcaster, and I don't want to come into the game and have really bad content. And I came in and had really bad content because I didn't know how to research, but I sold a lot of things I care about to get here.
I will say though, you put time in, you bought pieces of equipment, whether you liked the look or not of what it was. Obviously, we've grown since then, but you did that legwork. It wasn't just like, here's my phone, I'm going to record
Yeah.
this and that. Like
Yeah.
you bought lights, you know, we had the table,
Yep.
we had actual microphones and stuff. There was no really like cutting corners on that.
Yeah.
We had an actual dining room table.
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah,
had-
the
we-
circle one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There has been sacrifices. Like
Yeah.
this is our kitchen table right now. This is it. Like, but Kevin Smith's a huge inspiration for me, man, and I'm a huge fan of his work and his stuff. And I'm excited for Clerks 3. And then I have Deadpool 3 is confirmed by Marvel,
Yes,
Yeah.
and
it
it's
is.
going to be R rating.
Yeah.
and it's gonna be
R-rated?
it's gonna keep the R rating.
Well, they said they're adding R-rated stuff to Disney Plus, too, so...
Yeah, crazy.
Not just Marvel, I mean, over...
Yeah, overall. Yeah.
Interesting.
I wonder how... but the best part, like I've said, is he could just blatantly say, we're owned by Disney now, and now I exist here. Like you could just say
Yeah.
that.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
Mickey.
they don't have to explain.
At South Park, Mickey.
Lucasfilms. So Lucasfilms obviously is known for a lot of different franchises, not just Star Wars, but there's a lot of other things. And they used to have a game division, and that was and it wasn't exclusive. So right now EA is exclusive to Star Wars, but that ends soon. Which is going to open the doors for more producers to take on different challenges to make different Lucasfilm style games. Now, Lucasfilms also made games that were not technically just film based. They made game like a lot of the point ones, like use item here, like Monkey Island and Day of the Tentacle and Grim Fandango. Like I like those games. They're not for everybody.
I hate those games.
Yeah, I enjoy them. But they're fun. Like I was a fan of Maniac Mansion, like and Day of the Tentacle, the continuation of Maniac Mansion, and it's on Game Pass if you want to try it. But that was a Lucasfilm game. Well, that division is opening back up with the new, with Lucasfilms getting bought by Disney and all that coming back. So the first people to really, well, I'm gonna say the second people to put their name in the hat is Ubisoft. Ubisoft has officially announced they are making an open world sandbox Star Wars game,
fantastic.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
which is super
What does it mean
exciting.
by sandbox?
Grand Theft Auto. Go wherever you want.
So examples of Ubisoft sandbox games, the new Phoenix Rising. You have
I
Far-
got that for Christmas. I didn't play it.
yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
It's a clone of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I just got mine mailed to me, so I'll be
Really?
playing that
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, I had to wait a little bit.
Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, all Ubisoft open world games.
Okay.
Now it's in the Star Wars realm. So
That's cool.
Star Wars is not going to be just exclusive to EA. Other developers are able to dip their toes into that venture.
I think that came a lot about because of not fully, but because of that nonsense with Battlefront and pay to win. Remember all
Yep.
that? I think
Yeah.
Yeah, EA
that
kind
was
of.
that was kind of like what else can we
Yeah.
do here?
I think they made that last one that people really really liked, but it's just like it
Last
wasn't enough to
Fallen
keep
Order?
it.
Jedi Fallen
Yeah,
Order.
Fallen Order.
It's a great game.
So
Very
then,
good.
They need more explanation though.
what do you mean?
And
in
Jedi
that
Fallen
game.
Order?
Yeah. Like there's a hole in this wall that you can slide through. Not I have to find this hole that you don't
Yeah.
even know exists.
Yes.
I see what you're saying
Or-
there.
so-
or when you
Sometimes
jump,
they are hard.
Push a button to grab the ledge.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Why can't he just jump and fucking do it automatically? Like Assassin's Creed that you make.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game with Star Killer was really hard too, if anybody remembers that
I
game.
love those
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
So-
they are
What's
hard though.
Unleashed?
Another
Unleashed,
company put a trailer out for a brand new Indiana Jones game,
So amazing.
and it's done by Bethesda.
Wasn't much of a trailer though. There was zero gameplay.
It's that's because I don't
Still
think there's
playing it.
gameplay
I don't think-
available.
oh, no.
I think it's that early in production that they don't have much done. But that makes an interesting question. Bethesda has just been bought by Xbox. Will Indiana Jones be exclusive
maybe.
to Xbox?
We don't know.
I don't
maybe.
think. Because it's owned by Disney, right? Indiana Jones.
So is Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
Yeah, I guess it depends on where the rights fall.
Yeah.
About like
so here's
cutting them up.
So that was the argument on the internet. So like here's an interesting thing when you think Xbox, PlayStation. Xbox has Minecraft. It's too big to just be on Xbox. It's out there for everybody,
Yes.
right? It's Xbox just got Indiana Jones. There's no way that could be exclusive because it's
I don't
Indiana
think
Jones.
so.
I don't know.
But-
Star
but-
Wars was back in the day. It was on Super Nintendo, not Genesis.
Yes. So
And then it was on Xbox, but now it's everywhere.
But we're able to accept the fact that Spider-Man's exclusive to only on PlayStation. We can't connect to PlayStation. Xbox can have their exclusive rights to Indiana Jones. I think this Bethesda deal, I think it's going to take a little bit. I think it's going to be very loose. I think some games will be available for people, and I think some games will be exclusive.
It might leave it up to the whoever's in charge of the game. Not making it, but you know how licensing.
Yeah. So
Like
I
if-
mean, they
if
bought
Dis- if Disney says we
the-
want to on everything.
yeah.
or
and
if
Disney's
they-
gonna get their way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Disney does own
So
it.
Disney's cool with Spider-Man being exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, but that was owned first.
By Fox and Sony, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is coming right out of the gate Disney product.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
But
All
at the
depends.
same time, if not just Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I want to be
He has a
shocked.
whip and a hat. Oh,
guns.
Just Indiana
yeah,
Jones.
but I mean, it's
Well, he
just
only has
Indiana
one
Jones.
Oh my God, he's,
So-
a,
Fist fight.
he's a
He should be able
legend.
to fist fight.
Yeah. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I
I wonder
personally.
what type of game. I would assume it would be like Uncharted.
I think
Well,
it would be like Uncharted too.
so-
I'd be playing
Uncharted's
it. Uncharted's
Indiana
great.
Jones.
I love
The-
Uncharted so much.
the creators of this game is going to be the same studio who rebooted Wolfenstein. So it's the same studio.
That's a first-person shooter, though.
I don't
It
play
doesn't
that
have
one.
to be first person, but it's
I
that
know.
studio.
I
And the
get
Wolfenstein games,
I mean,
They look good.
They not only do they look
I
good,
played
they
one.
run really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make sure they put out good quality when it comes to the way the game runs. So it's going to be the same people who do the Wolfensteins going to be doing the Indiana Jones.
Who knows?
Yeah. It's exciting.
I think it'll be good.
It's cool they're making a game, but you don't really know anything yet.
And then the last thing I have, and then we'll do our plugs and get out of here in our 2.45 minute episode, 2 hour 45 minute
When I
episode.
get my favorite
once a month.
podcasts, and they're like 2.5 hours. I'm like,
Well, this episode's only one a month,
Alright.
so you have one for the entire month.
when the Cryptid Out podcast is over now, I'm like, yeah, we got
Yeah.
some good
Divide
episodes.
that into 4 weeks.
Yeah,
We're what, 40 minutes a
Yeah.
week?
yeah. So, Grand Theft Auto had some leaks,
Yes.
and the rumor is it's going to be the first game series to feature their first female protagonist.
Can't wait. I
I'm all
cannot
for it.
wait.
Yeah. So we'll see how it
I'm
goes.
sure a bunch of dudes are very offended by that.
Oh my god!
Oh
I
my
can't wait.
God.
Oh, they got to put a woman in it. Like,
Yeah,
Well, it's about time.
yeah.
It's about
Come on.
time.
So,
okay, go live in the planets. It's all men.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
go-
Bree, what do you got to plug?
Okay, I'm gonna do my nerdy fashion on the other one, right?
No, you can do here.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
have. I'd have to I have to put it together.
Oh, well, then we'll leave it for the Patreon.
Okay.
They'll love it. If you want to hear Bree's Bree's nerdy fashion, you have to subscribe to Patreon. She said, "Fuck all of you."
Well, that's what we talked about last time. So I had to put it together.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know exactly how we were going to do Patreon or not. If we were going to do everything we just did for the old school style show on Patreon, or we just going to do a movie review. I decided the movie review. So, and Bree's nerdy fashion, I just learned now. But go ahead.
Okay. So, but I do have something to plug. This is super cute. So, this is I don't know why it's buzzing.
Is your book like causing interference with the board?
Is there metal in that book?
I don't know.
I think I think there's something. It's
magnet.
fine.
I don't know. Maybe, but it is about aliens. It's called Strange Planet.
It's a tinfoil hat.
And it's super cute. Go ahead. It's by a guy named Nathan W. Pyle, and you can find him on Facebook under his name. They have I share his comics all the time. So if you guys have me on Facebook, which all of you do, you
I've
see
seen
it.
them.
They're super cute. They're adorable. And it's just something I really begin into.
There's alien technology in that book because it made the board go crazy.
There might be, but
It's just little short 3-panel comics, 4-panel comics.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is the one I'm on now. But yeah, just so you can see the artwork and stuff. They have really cute little comics. It's a comic strip that I've been reading, and sometimes I'll read it on Facebook for an hour straight, all the cute little comics. It's just adorable, a lot of fun, really great. So I just wanted to bring that out. They have really great shirts too that I plan on ordering soon. So
Yeah.
I was just going to bring that because I'm reading that on Facebook, and in this little book, Mark got me one of the books for Christmas. You can get a whole bunch of these books at Barnes & Noble.
I like his
Mark
face
found
on the
it.
cover.
Yeah,
It's
he's
cool
so
that it's an
cute.
actual book. Like instead of I foresee that being something we live in this world where everything's streamed on the internet and all that stuff. That I could see those things just being photos on the internet on Facebook that you scroll through. But I like that it's an actual book.
Yeah.
And it's
I
not
like
a
a book.
cheaply made book. It's a nice hardcover
Nice,
book.
yeah.
And I don't know, it's really nice.
Yeah,
Actual books.
I do too. And there's so this is one of 3 that look like this. And then Mark said, because it was a Christmas gift. So then Mark said there was 3 of these little ones. And then there's 1 or 2 bigger ones that you could get so far. And he has great T-shirts that you could get at Hot Topic that I will be purchasing, and I highly recommend. They're so
This
fun.
just came to my head, but I want to thank you and Mark for inviting us over for a movie night.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
We got to watch
Batman.
Batman, which is so if it's a Christmas movie, so it's a little behind times, but it was Mel Gibson as Santa Claus, and a kid doesn't get what he wants because he's an asshole,
Oh,
and he
Bad.
hires a hitman to go kill Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is a badass. So go check it out. Called
Yeah, it
Batman.
was really good actually.
it was really
We
good.
had a good time.
Yeah.
I like little
fun.
movie nights where we do that. I think we should do them and incorporate them into the show, and then that's what we review. So it's fun.
I like
Yeah,
movie
we
night.
could do that. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Nikolai, what do you got to plug?
Go check out Fried Rags.
There you go.
Fright Rags.
Dexter just got released.
.com.
Actually, while I'm here, because I didn't really get to talk about it before. Fright Rags is actually they did this preview thing for the entire year of there was flashes of different things, and one of the movies that they're coming out with, from the looks of it, is The Invisible Man, the original one. So I thought that was really cool that we did the episode with John and stuff, and we were talking about
So-
it, and now they're coming out of the line.
We're gonna see if
It's awesome.
who's still listening, looking at you, former guest. But if they do an Invisible Man, would we be cool all chipping in and getting him a cool Invisible Man shirt and send it to him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally would. He would
I think
love that.
that'd be fun.
He'd be so touched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get him a cool Invisible Man thing, and we can mail him the Invisible Man hand thing I got.
Oh, he would love that.
The Jim Thorpe thing. I got.
Yeah, the Jim Thorpe thing. Yeah. So Invisible Man that we did on a topic is and hopefully Fright Rags is the interview. They're doing.
Ooh.
That's crazy. I remember your phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I
there
didn't
you go.
notice my
Yeah.
phone was there.
Yeah, I didn't notice it either. Yeah. So
Move
the
that.
So we
Invisible
thought it was
Man
the book
will
the whole
be.
time?
Your alien book. Yeah. So Fright Rags has a lot. They're a cool company, and they literally started in just kind of like us, like in a kitchen, just making T-shirts and
Yeah,
And you'll hear the
like,
story, but start from the bottom. Now we hear.
Crazy where he started from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure it's a garage or something.
They're a cool company, man. Support them.
He literally, like, I think one of the first designs that he talked about when he normally talks about is he took a picture of the Jason hockey mask and he had a Freddy glove and he put them both together and took a photo like that and then like changed the contrast and all that and put it on a shirt and he wore it out or whatever and then it just kind of became a little thing.
Well, he did the what would Jason
cool.
do shirts. So.
Yeah, he's one of the shirts which I have the second print of because the first one he used a hockey mask that was too close to Jason and they got a cease and desist
Oh
letter.
boy.
Whoops.
So
Yep.
I did track down.
So he's a company.
so.
He started as a company who will get a cease and desist letter because he used Jason's mask, and now he's a company that companies reach out to him and give him the license so he can make
Yeah,
T-shirts.
and that's what I really love about them. It's not just some generic thing that you're
And
gonna
they're from
find.
Pennsylvania, correct?
No, they're from New York,
New York.
Rochester,
Yeah.
New York.
They're East Coast.
Yeah.
We love our East Coast, but yeah. So hopefully we can hear more from Ben upcoming soon. So go support Fright Rags. Go grab some T-shirts and follow him on all social media.
Yeah.
Andy, what do you got?
The artist that me and Matt Turner get sketches from that we know from New York Comic Con, his name is Alex Sanchez.
Yep.
He is doing a cover and the inside art for an upcoming G.I. Joe issue that comes out. Big stuff, G.I. Joe, IDW Comics, March 3rd. It's issue 279.
Who's the Alex one that posted in the group? Was that John's kid?
That's John's kid, Jake.
Did you see his G.I. Joe
He
art?
went to high school.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that
That was
kind of reminded
really
me.
good.
Yeah, so that's what this
He's
guy.
amazing
this
as an
guy
artist.
is he's at New York Comic Con every year. Obviously not last year,
Yeah.
but Alex Sanchez name is. He's doing the art, so we said we'd plug his book for him. So I'm gonna pick it up. I haven't been getting G.I. Joe. I'm gonna pick it up and read it because I like his art. Like he's
Yeah.
a cool guy. He likes wrestling, and he's always nice to us. He did the one design for us for free, so
Maybe reach out to him. Maybe we'll have him on.
I'm sure he can. Yeah,
Yeah.
if
Be
time
cool.
time permits.
Yeah.
Book
I know you
comic.
have another guest lined up soon too.
Yeah. Let's
So
reach out to him.
it's kind of cool. We can
Yeah.
do some more
A couple
guest
comic
spots.
book people we can.
Yeah. It's fun. Heidi, your first time ever. What do you got to plug?
Not calling high school because I'm here now.
Oh,
Yay!
you should have got something with, I like this shampoo. And go on and on about some shampoo or something.
What are you wearing tonight? Where's your shirt from?
I don't know. Some lady made it. I got it off of
I'm
some
horse
t-shirt
on the
party.
street.
I can't wait to have Ben on because I got to tell him the house divide we have going on right now over one of his T-shirts.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's bad.
It's bad.
I had to hide the shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
She searched for it, I hear.
I have a Fright Rag shirt that she always fucking steals on me.
I
It's my
bought it for
favorite-
him, and I didn't want to spend more money and buy one for myself.
You're cheap.
I was like,
It's your fault.
They
Yeah,
are kind of
it is my
expensive.
fault.
Yeah, they're
Right.
$28.
So I was like, I'll get his now, and I'll get one for me later. And then they got rid of it, and now I don't have.
I'm gonna
one.
buy the viral one, so if this guy comes on, I'll wear that.
But I will say, if you know that price point is like something out of your realm, they do ton of sales all the time. They did one just for the end of the year close sale. I got this shirt. I mean, I got it before that, but it was $10.
Oh, there you go. I
nice.
can't
Oh,
beat that.
yeah.
They do random ones. They do mystery shirts. and
Yeah,
stuff that
I
they'll
did.
just
I
send you.
almost did that the
So-
one time. The mystery
Yeah.
shirts, because that's pretty cool.
Maybe we'll make an order before this soon and do something. The only
I
thing I
want
had
to
to
killer the clowns from
Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns from
Well, they're in the preview again, so there's going to be another installment.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I got to plug is check out. I'm just gonna do some quick ones here. Wicked Hero Network. They do a lot of pop culture things, and check out everything else on the IWEP network. We got another show next Friday, Tornado Tag. Andy will be on with Brian and our new member Austin, the Blackman, and we're gonna be talking about the Royal Rumble and the history of Royal Rumble and everything coming up to the Royal Rumble. If you are a wrestling fan, go over to the podcast and send me a message on here or whatever, and just say I'm in. I have 8 spots left to win the banner. So I think Mark said he is interested. I could add his name to the list.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'll put him on the list. So I have 7 spots available.
Is
And
Alexis on there?
yes, I think she and her mom enter too, so she has 2 chances. But yeah, so we're giving away 2 banners, and the way we're gonna do it is the men's rumble and the females rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year, and it's coming up.
Yeah, whatever number
Very
you get, if that person wins the Rumble, then you get the banner.
And we're gonna do a
simple.
Facebook Live once we get it filled, and we'll draw numbers from the hat and figure out who's getting what number. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much. If you want to check out the bonus episode, check out our links below. Click on the Patreon. $5 a month. Help us grow. We're literally taking that money and we're putting it into new shit that we need. So new shit.
That's
All
what the
kinds of
that's
new
what the
stuff.
Patreon this episode is called. New
Yeah.
shit.
So we're really,
Everyone.
really excited that you guys are doing that. Thank you so much. If you want to check out the episode, you have probably 25 minutes. We're going to go live again on a private link and on the Patreon, and you can hang out with us. We're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 84. Did we like it? Did we not like it? Find out. We'll see you guys next time. Not Cool in High School podcast. Look, we gave you almost a 3-hour episode.
Woo.
So you can break this up throughout the week, and we'll see you next month. I think we're gonna go to the beginning of the month. We're gonna look at February 5th for the next epised. Will it be with Fright Rags? Who knows? We'll find out. So the way it's looking, February 5th will be Not Cool in High School. The 12th will be True Illusion. The 19th will be Tornado Tag Podcast. And the next week will be the 26th, and will be also Not Cool in High School. So Not Cool in High School will get 2 episodes next month. Truth Behind Illusion got 2 episodes that month. And then hopefully in March, we'll do 2 episodes for Tornado Tag that month. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Here is some Phased, our brand new intro music. It's called Homebody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Confined is where I'm safe. I'm gone without a trace. Nothing goes as planned. It's just a part of every fucking thing I am. I never seem to let you in. Don't know where to begin.